On the air, online, covering the Treasure Coast. Get connected with the Get Up and Go show. And now here's your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
6:07 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie.
I know that's right.
That's right. The award-winning Get Up and Go show.
I heard that.
That's right. And I stuck a microphone in front of a baby's face the other day, and this is what happened.
Bye-bye.
That's right. That's what they said.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, they said bye-bye.
Oh, is that what that baby said?
Yeah.
That baby
Bye-bye.
was talking in little goo-goo
Yeah.
baby style. I couldn't understand.
Yeah, see, listen.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, that's all they say.
Bye-bye.
That's all they know how to say.
Bye-bye.
At that age, they're young. That's all they say.
Bye-bye.
But we're not saying
Bye-bye.
because we're just getting started.
We are getting started. You're wearing my favorite hat this morning. I like that baby blue hat with the Nike swoosh.
Yeah, but more importantly, it's not the Nike swoosh that matters. It's what it says right there. Christ Fellowship.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Does your church make those hats?
They sure do.
And do they sell them to the
They
public?
sure do. Go online, christfellowship.church.
Maybe I'll have to get me one.
There you go.
Why did they come up with the idea of putting the Nike label on it?
Because it's a Nike product
Okay,
and they're partnered with Nike.
they're very nice.
And then they embroidered it with their stuff on it.
Uh-huh.
So I think what they did was they bought the Nike hat and they're promoting the Nike hat, and then they embroidered Christ Fellowship on it.
Yeah, they did a really nice job with it.
Yep, I had it on yesterday. You didn't notice that, huh?
I didn't. I
That's
don't know
right.
why I just
Wore the same
noticed
damn
it
hat
today.
yesterday. You didn't even notice
You
it.
seem to wear a hat every single day.
I have
a
not
different
come,
one.
I don't come hatless to this job.
I know.
Since January, I have had a hat on. I own 28 and 1/2 hats.
Yeah,
28 and a half.
I think I own maybe one hat that I know of, and it's
Okay.
my dad's hat that he was wearing when he passed.
Oh,
And after all these years, I kept it.
okay.
And it's a picture of like a fisherman on it in a
Okay.
wheelchair.
Okay.
And it says Chicagoland, fishing
Okay.
has no boundaries.
Now, out of my 27 or 28 hats that I own, half of them are New York Mets hats because I work for the Mets.
Why, of course.
So I've got all the different colors, sizes, shapes, and all that other good stuff as far as that goes. And then my other hats consist of either Under Armour, Nike, or Thin Blue Line because I support law enforcement
of
because
course.
of my daughter.
Mhm, we back the blue here.
Yeah, we always back the blue and the red.
Yeah.
You know what the red's for, right?
And the red. Let me
Yes.
see.
Do you know what the red is for? Thin red line?
I thought it was Republican.
No.
That's the red that I know.
no. Red is for firefighter EMT.
Okay.
Yes. Blue is for police and law enforcement.
All right.
So you got to remember that. So if anybody ever quizzes you and asks you why you have a thin blue line or a thin red line, that is the answers. So you know.
I like how the firemen always have the Dalmatian dogs.
Yep.
And the Dalmatian dog is their mascot.
Yep, definitely. So how was your day yesterday when you left?
Oh, it was pretty eventful with the massage. And,
Okay.
I did a nice massage yesterday.
Just one?
I actually went to Bin Deals in between massage.
Oh, you did.
I had a little bit of downtime at work. So, I
Okay.
kept my phone on, in
Oh,
case
so they
I
can
get
call
one.
you and they can call you and then you just like turn around and go back.
Yeah, I can't
Okay.
really go all the way home. It's a little bit too far to travel to sit
Okay.
at home and wait for a call, but I can at least make it to Goodwill
Okay.
or Bin Deals.
Okay, so you had your gloves, you had your mask, and you went in Bin Deals. Was it what was yesterday? That was Monday. Was it Dollar Day?
It was a $3
Oh,
day.
$3. So it was like semi-crap day. Okay.
I can only
No.
imagine what's going to be there today. I think it's a $1
Is
Tuesday.
today Dollar Day? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So what'd you tell me? Did you score anything? Did you get anything worthwhile?
I didn't buy anything yesterday.
Nothing? You just you dumpster dove and didn't walk out with nothing?
I almost bought this slicer and dicer for slicing vegetables, and
For
it
$3, you can't go
it
wrong.
kind of clips them and slices them into quarters, I guess.
Okay.
But I thought
You couldn't part with the $3,
do
huh?
I said, do I really need this, Evan?
Sure you
I-
do.
I slice up my own vegetables at home when I make my salad. And
How do you think I feel when Rachel comes home with all that crap in a bag? I'm like, oh man, let me tell you, I can't even see the carpet in her office anymore. It's that bad.
Are you excited to look through the bag when she
No,
gets home like a little kid?
Absolutely not.
Like it's Christmas time and
Not
she's
unless
Santa
there's
Claus?
something expensive in there.
I was looking around at people shopping yesterday, though. I can't believe what people are buying. I mean, I was looking in other people's, IKEA bags.
Hey, you're being nosy.
I was.
That's
because
okay. You could be nosy.
You got to snoop to see, what the heck are people buying? And
Right.
some people really have their bags full.
So you'd like walk around and somebody would have their bag on their shoulder and you would just kind of like peer in and look like, oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Or
Yeah.
look at what he's got. And like, oh, why does she need that?
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Or, oh, look, why does he have pantyhose in his bag?
Pantyhose.
You start to wonder, huh?
I saw pantyhose in the bins too
Did you
yesterday.
really?
It's funny you say that.
Okay.
They had pantyhose for sale
Yeah.
and
If
socks.
they got panties in there, then you're in deep trouble.
I could have bought socks.
Okay.
They did have, they did have single panties too.
Did they really?
I think I saw some.
Hopefully they weren't unwrapped.
They were
That
lace.
would be nasty.
They had like this. You're not supposed to open the boxes,
No,
to see
you have
what's
to take
inside.
them to the counter and they'll open everything for you.
Yeah, but trust me, this one box said sexy lingerie, so it was open just a crack. So I had to take a little peep
Did you
before
really?
they caught me.
And tell me what was in the box. I want to know.
It was like a black lacy
Oh.
negligee looking
Ooh.
kind of thing, and
Oh, okay. You should have bought it and surprised Gary,
could have.
right? Or given it to Gary. Maybe he would have worn it. Who knows? I mean, I'd have modeled it for Rachel. Why not? What the heck? You only live once.
Do you remember that
know?
song at Christmas time, "Walking Around in Women's Underwear"?
Yeah, sure,
Yeah,
sure. I live by that. No problem. I have mine on today, as a matter of fact. They're purple with white lace.
Oh my goodness!
Just in case you wanted to know.
See, you're more decorative than wearing the hat
Yeah.
this morning, Evan.
Yes. Yeah.
You're just like decorated all over.
Yeah. Can't tell you too many secrets about what I have on.
Yeah, what else don't
Today.
I know? You got
Well-
you got something down there in your socks?
Yes, I sure do. We can't reveal that though. It's a little too early for that. It's only 6:14. Come on. Can't wake everybody up this early.
Right.
That's why today's called Tantalizing Tuesday.
It is.
That's right. We're tantalizing all our listening audience already. We're talking about lingerie this early in the morning.
Yeah. Oh
Speaking
boy.
of which, since
Yeah.
we're on the topic, why not? Let's just go for the gusto. What's your favorite color in lingerie?
Mine would probably have to be black.
Okay.
Black makes you look thin.
Okay.
Maybe that's why I wear a lot of black and grays here, because it just
Okay.
makes us look more thin
Okay.
on the
I
Facebook.
like white and red. Those are my two favorite colors.
Do you?
Yeah, I like white and red.
White and red.
Now, don't ask me. I'm not going to reveal what my wife has in her drawers.
Oh no.
I can't tell too much.
She might not want.
That's just for the bedroom.
She might not want that
No,
like
Don't want
revealed.
to put that out there.
What do you think her favorite colors are to
I-
wear in it?
I don't know. She
Not
likes
sure.
black a lot, though. I know
Yeah.
she likes black. She has this favorite black shirt that she loves to wear. Everywhere we go, she always wears this one shirt.
Oh my
But,
gosh.
I always tease her all the time. I'm like, again? Really? Same thing? But she's getting better at it.
Yeah. I mean,
I can't throw her under the bus too much because she's not feeling too well.
I'm with Rachel because, like, I come home and I have to kick myself after I go clothes shopping. The majority
You
of
can kick yourself in the arse?
I could
Really?
the
Your leg
majority
goes
of-
around that far? I've never seen that before.
like a
Wow.
pretzel.
There you go. You're what do they call it? Ambidextrous?
Yeah, you
or-
want to see my foot come up here,
No.
come clipped to my head?
You could do that.
I-
You could make your toe touch the top of your forehead.
I really can't, but my
okay.
cousin could do it. She
Okay.
in the water, particularly, I saw her feet come above her, like come around her neck when we
I've
were
seen
swimming
people
one
do that
time.
before. They take their leg and they put it behind their neck. Now that's like that's like contortion.
It is. And have
Yeah.
you ever seen anybody that was double jointed, like
all
with
the
their
time.
forearm and their elbow, and their elbow does like a 360 right around with them just pressing their palm on the table? I've seen a
Okay.
kid do that before when I was in school, and I was like, wow, you are an ace.
You know,
I mean, I'm impressed.
I just got a text message from the old man down the road this early in the morning. He's up already.
Yeah.
And you know what he said? He said he's kind of like all this lingerie talk. He's getting in the mood, with Edna.
Oh,
Like
gosh.
this early in the morning.
Do we really need to be thinking about that
No,
so early? I
Man.
mean,
Well, then again, hey, to each his own. This early in the morning, why not?
at least you ate your breakfast already.
Well, I
didn't
just
even
had a snack.
have any breakfast yet.
No, I just had a snack so far. That's about it.
You know, I got into my truck this morning, Evan, and I wondered, why is it looking so clean? And, you know, it just dawned on me that I forgot my mask.
Really?
Yeah. So yesterday I put all of my face masks into the wash. So now I'm riding around maskless.
Wow.
And, you know, it's just kind of like, it gets you kind of anxious in case you have to stop somewhere on the way home. You know, which I do have to run an errand afterward. I have to pick Gary up. He's going to get his car serviced.
I have right here. Hold on. I'm going to hook you up right now. Keep talking.
All right. And so I got to pick him up. I know I got to go over to Kia over here.
Okay.
And I don't think they want me to come into the dealership maskless.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to hook you up.
Even though I think Stuart, we are uplifted from the mask at the moment.
Yes.
And they're going to be in talks again soon. It looks like to put that mandatory mask wearing back in.
Okay, here you go. I found one open. All right.
I know Port St. Lucie, I have to wear a mask when I go into the stores there now, like everywhere.
Now you don't have to go anywhere. You have a mask.
Well, how much do you want for this one?
No, don't worry about it.
Well, you're selling these, aren't you?
No, don't worry about it. This is my private stash.
This is a beautiful one. Look at this beautiful white cotton material.
I keep things that's made out of my underwear.
Where did you get these?
I made it out of my underwear. Okay?
Made out of
Hope
your
you like it. I
Evan's
washed it.
lingerie.
There's no skid marks in there, so don't worry about it. Okay.
Now I'm really going to be afraid to put it on.
No, no, you saw they came right out of the plastic
bag. Yeah, I know.
Bag.
This is nice.
So, but Hanes does sell masks. Look at you. See, look at that. It's nice. It's breathable.
Look at there.
Right? It's nice and comfortable.
But how do I sound? Do I sound muffled?
Oh, you sound like you have something in front of your mouth. Okay.
Yeah. No, these are beautiful. So you sure you don't want anything for this?
No, don't worry about it. Just a smile.
All right.
That's all. That's all you got to do. Just smile.
Much appreciated.
Don't worry about it.
Because now,
you know, friends take care of friends.
Can make my stops on the way home, and
see now you can stop. You can stop at the adult bookstore and get some lingerie and walk in because you have a mask now. There you go. Just get something black for Gary. Keep it nice and simple.
We're gonna have to be going through the drive-through of Starbucks, I suppose.
I thought you were going to say
soon.
the drive-through the adult bookstore or something. Excuse me, may I take your order? Yes, I'll have a teddy, and I'll have a some pantyhose and a set of high heels and a size 7. Would you like whipped cream with that? No, thank you very much. Okay, that'll be $15.99. Please drive forward and pay the attendant.
What was that store called in Fort Pierce? Cosmic. Do you remember Cosmic Kiss?
There's a couple of them. There's one on US 1 that's on the corner of Virginia and
Avenue.
US 1, and then there's a huge bookstore that's on Okeechobee over by 95.
There's a big billboard of it out there, and it lets you know on the billboard right before you arrive.
Yeah, it's right there. I thought I saw your picture up there. As a matter of fact, Bonnie.
No, not mine.
I'm like, what the heck's going on? You have a side job I don't know about?
Where I was driving home on 95, and should we go?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
See the topic of the morning. It's great for what we call Tantalizing Tuesday. Anything could happen. We're tantalizing you on a Tuesday morning.
There used to be one over here too called Silhouettes. No,
that's a adult bar. That's in a prior life. I used to DJ in those down in Fort Lauderdale. Oh yeah, man. Let me tell you, I had the best times. I made some serious cash working there. The girls would tip so good.
They tipped you? Tipped you?
Oh yes. I would walk out with $400, $500, $600 a night easily,
dude,
because you're playing their music and you're talking. You know, and I used to have that adult nightclub voice where I would talk and, you know, I know all the good lines and stuff like that. And, you know,
and that man of the night voice.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I can't exactly say on the radio the things I said in the adult club, but I made them girls some serious cash. I was like the pimp.
Now, were the girls
the Mac Daddy?
Did they have to give you some of their tip money?
Yes, it's required.
That was required.
It was required.
Okay.
They have to pay the house. and then they got to tip the DJ and they got to tip the bartender.
It's kind of like working at Denny's. I think some of the girls waitresses have
some of the girls were like little shysters though, because they used to like never want to tip that much, and I would see how much money they're raking in. I mean, it was like it would like make it rain.
Wow.
It was raining like massive amounts of money on these girls, and they come back and they only want to tip like $20. I look at them, I'm like, honey, no, you need to fork over some more money because I saw all the money you made. So you know the deal. If you want me to play good music for you, then you need to fork over the cash.
There you go.
So I'd walk out with $400, $500, $600 in one night.
Did you ever get
payday?
Did you ever get angry at your tips and then play the music bad, like play bad music?
Well, here's the deal. You don't tip me well, you don't get the song you want.
Mm-hmm.
It's real simple. So like a lot of these girls, they like to dance to like heavy metal, like Pour Some Sugar on Me, hence, the song Pour Some Sugar, or Girls, Girls, Girls by Motley Crue.
That was the song of the day. That was really a song for Fort Lauderdale back in the day, wasn't
Leppard, it? Motley Crue.
Yeah.
Those are all the songs. So here's the deal. You want to hear your song when you're, doing it to it on a pole or whatever, you got to tip the DJ. So if you don't tip me, guess what? I'm playing Frank Sinatra. I'm playing Engelbert Humperdinck. I'm playing Sammy Davis Jr. The heck with you. I'm not giving you your music. Sorry.
We had to,
you want to play, you got to pay.
Speaking of music, we had to teach I think we used music as a weapon on Jaden last week, or Gary did, because Jaden wasn't cleaning up after himself.
Oh, just throw some Frank Sinatra on. Guaranteed he'll get his little arson action real quick.
He cranked.
Yeah, he'll like it, man. It's like, man, no, let me clean my room. Please put Usher back on.
But he cranked some slow Barry Manilow.
Oh, I write the
really
songs.
loud. Yeah, I think it was
man,
that.
That's brutal.
And then made Jaden clean up the living room to
that's that's on the borderline of child abuse, for God's sakes. Making your kid clean to Barry Manilow. Oh my, that's bad.
You should try it. It works.
Oh man.
Lord. They'll clean up faster, so you turn it off.
Or Debbie Boone's You Light Up My Life.
Gosh,
that's even more brutal.
Or Charlene, I've never been to me.
Oh jeez. Oh, I feel your pain. It's 6:24. Let's go to the news desk where Bonnie's standing by. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. A judge in Tallahassee is siding with teachers in a lawsuit seeking to stop the reopening of schools.
Judge Charles Dodson has granted an injunction against an order from the state education department that said brick and mortar schools had to be open 5 days a week with a full range of services. In his order, the judge said the state did not take safety into account and the state should not penalize local districts opting for online education. Attorney Kendall Coffey was asked if districts had to resubmit a plan for reopening.
As we understand this order, school districts can do what is necessary for safety going forward.
However, the long-term impact of the ruling is not yet clear, as the state is expected to appeal and seek a stay. I'm Reed Shepard.
As public schools in St. Lucie County and Indian River County reopen Monday, a Treasure Coast mother is encouraging her young sons to set their sights high for the year ahead. WPTV's Linny Supal has more.
I'm Kayla.
Dressed in matching outfits for the first day of school, this new year looks very different for Kiara Hand and her two sons.
What's your favorite part about the online learning? Numbers.
The Treasure Coast mother decided distance learning was the best way to begin, especially since her sons are in two different schools.
So Caleb will be on VPK for ABC Mouse, and Camden will be on some first grade work on his computer.
Caleb, a 4-year-old in the VPK program. Camden is 6 years old and entering first grade.
So I always tell Caleb, I say, you know what, you're going to be a doctor when you grow up. Camden is more like a shy person, but he's very good in sports. I said, whatever you want to do, that's what you do.
Kiara says her love for family runs deep. In fact, we learned that last Christmas when she received a jaw-dropping surprise at a Fort Pierce Walmart.
I went in with $400 and something in hand to get this stuff.
But that's when a hometown hero swooped in. She was one of the 300 layaway accounts paid off by Chicago Bears linebacker Khalil Mack.
She rung it up and everything came up to zero. And I was just like, wow. Wow, this is really great.
9 months later, she's navigating uncharted waters, but those lessons about generosity remain unchanged.
Teaching really does start at home. I'm going to make sure that they become somebody.
confident their education will be the cornerstone in their future success.
They're my kids. I love them.
Lenny Sue Paul, WPTV News Channel 5.
Florida is reporting its lowest number of new coronavirus cases in the state since June 14th at fewer than 2,300 new infections. Governor Ron DeSantis citing other encouraging numbers.
The positivity rate in terms of the percentage of tests coming back positive was 5.2%. For today, Broward was 4.3%. And then you got places like Sarasota, 2%, Pinellas, 2.9%.
DeSantis adds that about 90% of long-term care facilities don't have a single resident or staff member testing positive right now. Despite the pandemic, a limited number of Miami football fans will be able to root on their Dolphins and Hurricanes this season. Hard Rock Stadium capacity is being capped at 20% or 13,000 people.
I know this isn't going to be people falling from the rafters here, but it's I think it is something that will give people a little bit of hope.
Governor Ron DeSantis says the Dolphins have gone above and beyond to create a safe environment. Lastly, the lower Florida Keys could get some dangerous weather from Tropical Storm Laura. The National Weather Service has issued a tropical storm warning from the 7 Mile Bridge to Key West. In the Major League Baseball action from last night, the Milwaukee Brewers beat Cincinnati Reds 4-2. The Texas Rangers win over the Oakland Athletics 3-2 yesterday. And it was the Cubs over the Tigers 9-3. 3-2, the Cleveland Indians upset the Twins. The Marlins beat the Nationals 11-8. Toronto Blue Jays upsetting Tampa Bay Rays 6-4. Other wins yesterday went to the Houston Astros and the Colorado Rockies. News Time 6:28. Weather and traffic together are next.
$6:29 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. All brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
The highway's looking fine on this Tuesday morning. Everything is clear. Major highways, US 1 looking good throughout both St. Lucie and Martin County. It's a good ride. There's your latest look at traffic. And it's a warm one, too, already. It's 82 in Port St. Lucie. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
This morning along the Treasure Coast, temperatures starting off in the low 80s under partly cloudy skies and breezy east-southeast winds along the coast. Some isolated showers possible for that morning drive. This afternoon, highs in the low 90s, feels like temperatures in the triple digits. Lots of sunshine with low rain chances. Tonight, lows in the upper 70s, partly cloudy skies into the night with a few passing showers. Tomorrow, highs in the low 90s, a similar setup with high pressure sitting offshore. You could run into some morning coastal showers, but then rain chances shift inland for the afternoon. Feels like temperatures in the triple digits. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
Okay. Very, very good. 632. I'm just like in awe right now. I don't know why. It's a Tuesday. I'm just kind of like going all over the board this morning.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm in a pretty good mood this morning too, probably because my house is pretty clean right now.
Did you clean last night?
Yeah, and I did. I got a really good head start, and it's nice to go home and be able to just kick your feet up for a change and sit in front of the tube right away.
Okay.
I always feel the need to start cleaning right away when I get home instead of being
you're one of those cleaning kind of people.
Lazy and laying around. Yeah.
Okay.
I got to get those white magic. What do you call those?
Magic erasers.
Yeah. I have the one with Mr. Clean on the cover.
That's my brother from a different mother who has a sister from a different mister.
Yeah, you kind of resemble him.
Just a little bit.
A little bit you do.
They frequent that store on Okeechobee Boulevard too, by the way. Just wanted to let you know. Yeah, let's do some viral videos. Well, today on Tantalizing Tuesday, there's some good viral videos that have made the internet, so to speak. And the first one is a teenager who was recording herself on her phone complaining about her teacher's rules for the class's Zoom call. But as she's whining about everything, you suddenly hear the teacher's voice interrupting her rant to set her straight on the details. She didn't realize that she forgot to mute her microphone. So it was pretty flippin' embarrassing.
So who heard? The teacher was hearing this?
Oh, yeah. Just listen. Here's the girl.
I'm on a Zoom call and the teacher is like, okay, well, turn your camera on, just mute your mic, just don't be in bed or in the bathroom or like in your kitchen. Where else am I supposed to go? I don't have a game room. I don't got like 18 bedrooms.
Wow.
Okay, easy now.
There's the teacher. The look on her face.
In the kitchen. I didn't say anything about not being in the kitchen. I just said you need to be in an appropriate place.
Oh my!
And I was just giving some examples.
God, I thought I was.
You can be in your bedroom. I just mean don't be in bed under the blankets, and you must be appropriately dressed. Okay. We'll start in a couple minutes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So surprised she didn't think the teacher was hearing that.
She was mortified. The look on her face was priceless.
But at first she had a point there. She was just kind of like saying, well, I don't have a huge palatial palace over here. I don't live in a castle.
Yeah.
Where am I supposed to do my studying?
Yeah.
But
that's unbelievable.
I see, speaking of, Zoom, a lot of kids getting on Zoom to do their schooling. They had a major outage too yesterday morning, I guess. Just as millions of kids were logging on to start the school year. Could you imagine, you want to start your day off right, getting your school year started, and then, oh, there goes our technology. What do you do?
Yeah.
That would even make you more incredibly anxious.
Yes, definitely so.
I forgot to get on the phone yesterday too with some of my teacher friends, like from Port St. Lucie. I do have friends in the Port St. Lucie area who teach, and I really should give them a call to see how their first day of school went yesterday.
Okay, maybe you should.
In fact, my sister-in-laws are also teachers in the area. They teach also.
All right. There's another video. If you've ever wondered what a breaking diving board would sound like, well, this is for you. It's a guy at a backyard pool jumped on the diving board with everything that he had, and it broke.
Oh.
It literally broke.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, listen in. Ouch.
Maybe he gained too much weight from all the quarantine we've been through this year.
Yeah.
Breaking the diving board even.
Yeah.
But look at that pool and look how appealing that water looks. However,
Gotcha.
yeah, at our area swimming pool lately, they haven't had up any diving boards lately. Once in a while, they do have some on the sides. Lately, when I've gone to the neighborhood pool, the diving boards have all been taken up, put away.
Yep, that's because of COVID.
COVID, yeah.
That's exactly.
And they have like a nice lane they have some lanes marked off to just do your individual swim.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have nice big area where the lanes are open for a little bit of open swim.
Exactly. They're keeping it all nice and fresh and clean.
Oh yeah, you know it.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
So, did you know, Bonnie? A little bit later on in the program this morning, we're going to play, hopefully, possibly. I'm not going to promise. I don't want to give it away.
Who am I going to play against?
I don't want to give too much away.
Or do you want to play against someone and I'll ask the questions?
No,
sure?
I don't want, because that means I got to give you my computer.
You might want to play a game once in a while. And
I play games every morning when I'm here. So I mean, for me, it's never a dull moment.
Okay,
it's a game day all the time.
You might just want to get in the competition once in a while, so just let me know.
I will.
Okay,
I will. Maybe we'll just switch seats one morning. I'll sit over there. You sit here.
Yeah.
And you press all the buttons.
Well, okay.
Can you do that?
We'll test your knowledge against maybe the likes of Bentley or George or somebody.
Can you come over here and press all the buttons?
I could. I could. I haven't run that board in a while. I used to run a board like that at the Coast the Coast.
It was a little bigger. I worked there also.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a little, it's a little bigger.
Yeah.
The board over at the Coast. And if I remember correctly, I remember the setup when you were sitting behind the board, the Scott Studio screen was right there on the left.
That's right.
Right. And then you had
your little shortcut.
Your shortcut was it on the right or the left? I don't remember.
That would have been on your right.
It was on the right side. Yeah, that's what we record the phone calls into.
That's right.
Yeah, and then on the other side of the wall, straight in front of you, was the production room.
Mm-hmm.
And then behind that room was G's office.
G's office.
He was in the corner.
And then that nice big foamy padding, black padding on the walls where you could bang your head once in a while.
That was called the Looney Tune room.
Yeah.
Bonnie, did you know that 35% of people will never get their wisdom teeth? It's funny that
really?
I just read that. Yeah, because I had my wisdom teeth out, and that was the worst experience I've ever had my entire lifetime.
Yeah.
Literally, the worst thing ever.
Painful, huh?
Yeah, they're telling me that I need to get Gavin's wisdom teeth out.
Ooh.
So we're going for a consultation in a week or so.
Good.
So it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
I didn't know that some people don't get their wisdom teeth.
Yeah.
I did
you ever
not
had yours
know
out?
that. I think I did.
Did you ever get yanked?
I can't remember now.
No?
It's been so many years ago.
Well,
I'm
you know
sure
what the
they're
wisdom
out.
teeth are for? They help you with your smarts. Yeah, they make you smarter. So they took mine out, so I'm not as smart as I used to be.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So
yeah, and
that's why I have to be educated.
The last time I had to get a crown. I think I had to get a crown and
king or a queen? King or a queen? Which one?
I got a couple of crowns.
King crown?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I have what's called a
those are expensive.
A bone. I have a bone in one tooth where there isn't a tooth, but it's called a bone graft where I can re-put a tooth there, so I can get an implant right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because if you just go and yank it out, then never again will your gummy see another tooth.
Okay. Yeah, I can't afford crowns, so every time I get a rotten tooth, I just go to the oral surgeon and say, "Here, pull this."
Yeah.
Pull this. Eventually, I'll be toothless.
I had a little bit of insurance last time, which did help. I think it cut the price in half.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Did you know 67% of women have dumped a guy because he complained too much?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Would you do that if let's say if you just met Gary, just for argument's sake, and I'll answer the same thing about Rachel.
Okay.
Okay. Let's just say for argument's sake, if you just met Gary and he was bitching and moaning and groaning about everything, would you dump him?
No, because I just would still have that lust for
you would
Gary.
Suck it up?
I wouldn't.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't dump
no,
him.
remember,
that.
you just met him.
Just met him.
The scene is you just met him like a week or two ago, and he's bitching and moaning and groaning about everything.
Yeah, you know, he probably was doing a lot of complaining too way back when I met him, and I didn't dump him for it then. So if I met him again and had to re-meet him and he was complaining, no, I would still be involved.
Would you?
Yeah, I can't let him go.
I put Rachel in timeout.
Oh, in
I put her in the timeout chair. Yeah, I put it in the timeout.
Do you have
chair.
a timeout chair at the 9 household?
We have a timeout chair.
Really?
Yes, we do. We have a timeout chair.
A timeout chair.
Yes, we have a timeout chair.
And is that in the same living room, or is it like all locked in another room where she's put like in a?
It's up in the attic.
Oh my gosh, the
It's
attic.
up in the attic.
That's
yeah. We have a
worse.
timeout chair in the attic.
Oh, and
It's real simple. If you're bad, you go to the bad boy or the bad girl chair.
And it's hot up there
attic.
in the summertime.
That's right. That's why it's called the timeout chair, because you sit there for 5 minutes and you're permanently timed out. That's right.
And it's like you're in a sauna room because it's hot up there. That's for
You
sure.
lose weight if you go up there.
You could.
But yeah, we do have a timeout chair in the house.
Wow, I can't believe it.
Yeah. Sometimes the dog winds up in the timeout chair.
I mean, we've put the kids in timeout, like in the corner, stand in the corner and take a timeout.
Really? You make them stand in the corner? Wow.
Yeah, Gary has done
Lord.
that.
Okay. Do they face the corner?
Face the corner.
Oh, geez. Wow. I wouldn't want to come to your house.
That's our timeout, but we don't have a chair for it.
Yeah, we have a timeout chair.
Oh my gosh.
It says timeout chair on it.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it rocks. Yeah.
You could
it rocks
just,
and reclines.
take a timeout and just fall asleep in there
Yeah,
for a
you
little
could.
bit and take a timeout from everybody.
Yeah, but we put it on lockdown though.
Oh.
So you can't move. Yeah, we removed all the foam padding from it too. So it's pretty stiff.
And it's
stiff
in the
as a
attic?
board. Yeah, it's in the attic.
Is anybody
timeout chair.
Is anybody locked in that chair in your attic right now?
Right now, no.
Good.
Yeah, nobody. But we've been in the timeout chair a few times.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
and it's up in the
crazy.
attic. Yeah, it
When-
took a little bit to get up there.
When was the last time Gavin had to go in the timeout chair?
Gavin went in the timeout chair probably. I don't know. It's been a while.
I'm sure
Yeah,
because
it's been a while.
after all, he is a senior now.
Yeah, that's okay. It still doesn't matter. He lives under my roof.
Oh,
I'll still put him in the timeout chair. You disobey me, you're going to the timeout chair.
Was his first day of school good?
Yep, he didn't
Yeah.
make the timeout chair.
That's good.
That's right. That's right. He came huffing and puffing. He gets senior privilege.
Yeah.
So he gets out early.
Oh.
Yeah, he gets out of school like 10:30 this morning.
It's good to be a senior.
That's damn right it is. Yeah, he gets
Yeah.
all these privileges.
Yeah.
He gets, he's like King Tut right now.
He probably used to have to take all of those classes. Isn't the pressure cooker year really your junior year in high
I
school where you
couldn't
really
tell
got to buckle down and
I
you
couldn't
get
tell
all
ya.
these classes, and then by the time you're a senior, maybe you only have a few. Am I right?
I couldn't. I don't know, because when I went to high school, it was way different.
Yeah.
Way different.
I remember having seventh hour. Seventh hour was algebra.
Algebra. Algebra. What the heck is algebra?
Algebra. Bruh.
You mean algebra?
And so, seventh hour. So do you think I made it down to the pep rallies when we had tests in algebra, seventh hour? No. I would be sitting there for like hours trying to figure out my algebra test and not being able to go to the pep rally.
Really?
I hated having it that hour.
Okay. I love pep rallies.
Yeah.
I used to have a great time.
Yeah, those were fun. A lot of like cheerleaders and the cheerleading squad out there to get everybody pumped up for it. I was just pumped up for it because I knew I was going home afterward.
Okay.
I knew we were getting on that school bus for the ride home.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
I would say so. Definitely so. Let me see. Where are we at? Oh, it's 6:46. You know what time it is?
How is it?
Choking on my own spit. Sorry about that.
Oh.
Told you it's Tantalizing Tuesday. Anything goes.
Do you need a napkin?
No, I don't. I'm just choking. That's not a napkin. It's a
I know.
face shield.
Thanks for the face. Thanks for the mask, by the way. It's
no problem.
This is quality. This is a good one.
Well, it came from a quality kind of guy.
Yeah, I guess so.
Let's go to
I
the
like
news
it.
desk. Take it away, Bonnie.
Thank you, Evan. A stretch of Interstate 95 in Martin County could soon be designated in memory of Florida Highway Patrol Trooper Joseph Bullock, who was shot and killed in the line of duty earlier this year. On February 5, Trooper Bullock was shot by a driver he had stopped to help near mile marker 107. WPTV's Megan McRoberts has the story.
Thousands of drivers pass by it daily. Mile marker 107 on I-95, where FHP trooper Joseph Bullock was shot and killed in February by the driver he stopped to help.
They miss him, and I know it bothers many of them every day.
Soon his fellow troopers and his family will see Bullock honored when they drive here. This portion of I-95 to be designated as the Trooper Bullock Memorial Highway under a state bill that went into effect this summer.
I stay in contact with Trooper Bullock's father and his family, and they really appreciate what's being done.
Major Robert Chandler has a lot to do with this. About 3 years ago, he helped establish a memorial roadway for a state trooper and a Broward County sheriff who died in the line of duty.
And we did the ceremonies to recognize those two. But while I was doing it, I discovered that there were 29 other fallen state troopers since 1936, the first one killed in the line of duty, that never had anything done for them.
Chandler set out to change that.
I just wanted to make sure that never again would a state trooper get killed in the line of duty and 40, 50, 60 years go by without honoring that person, that trooper in some way.
In the last 3 years, he's helped secure honorary road designations for 32 fallen state troopers and that Broward County deputy.
Whether they died in a patrol car crash, whether they've been shot and killed or died in an airplane crash, for various reasons, but none of them had been given the honor that they deserved.
Now making sure FHP's history of sacrifice is shown in a permanent way.
It reminds the public when they drive through and they see these signs of what state troopers have given and the ones that have paid the ultimate sacrifice, like Trooper Bullock, to protect them.
The bill also includes naming Trooper Bullock's FHP station in Fort Pierce after him. Martin County commissioners will vote in the morning to formally approve this roadway designation. In Martin County, I'm Megan McRoberts. Back to you.
A judge in Tallahassee is siding with teachers in a lawsuit seeking to stop the reopening of schools.
Judge Charles Dodson has granted an injunction against an order from the state education department that said brick and mortar schools had to be open 5 days a week with a full range of services. In his order, the judge said the state did not take safety into account and the state should not penalize local districts opting for online education. Attorney Kendall Coffey was asked if districts had to resubmit a plan for reopening.
As we understand this order, school districts can do what is necessary for safety going forward.
However, the long-term impact of the ruling is not yet clear as the state is expected to appeal and seek a stay. I'm Reed Shepard.
Florida is reporting its lowest number of new coronavirus cases in the state since June 14th at fewer than 2,300 new infections. Governor Ron DeSantis citing other encouraging numbers.
The positivity rate in terms of the percentage of tests coming back positive was 5.2% for today. Broward was 4.3%. And then you got places like Sarasota, 2%, Pinellas, 2.9%.
DeSantis adds that about 90% of long-term care facilities don't have a single resident or staff member testing positive right now. And lastly, a launch from Cape Canaveral is being pushed back a day. United Launch Alliance now aiming for early Thursday morning to launch a Delta IV Heavy rocket on a national intelligence mission. And this past Sunday would have been Kobe Bryant's 42nd birthday, and yesterday was 824, the two numbers Kobe wore for the Lakers. That's now recognized as Kobe Bryant Day in LA and Orange County, and the city of Los Angeles paid tribute by announcing that the street outside Staples Center would be renamed Kobe Bryant Boulevard. Also, the Lakers wore special Black Mamba uniforms for Game 4 of their playoff series against the Portland Trail Blazers last night, and which they won. They beat Portland by a score of 135-115. News time is 6:51. Weather and traffic together are next.
6:52 the time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, it's a nice clear ride on this Tuesday morning. The traffic is fine. US 1 major highways looking good right here for both Martin and St. Lucie counties. And there's your latest look at traffic. 83 in Stewart. Here's more on our forecast at WPTV.
This morning along the Treasure Coast, temperatures starting off in the low 80s under partly cloudy skies and breezy east-southeast winds along the coast. Some isolated showers possible for that morning drive. This afternoon, highs in the low 90s, feels like temperatures in the triple digits. Lots of sunshine with low rain chances. Tonight, lows in the upper 70s, partly cloudy skies into the night with a few passing showers. Tomorrow, highs in the low 90s, a similar setup with high pressure sitting offshore. You could run into some morning coastal showers, but then rain chances shift inland for the afternoon. Feels like temperatures in the triple digits. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
New virus inside us. Please don't let it find us. New virus. Now, I don't mean to preach, but I told all of my friends they're gonna need a half-gallon of hydrochloroquine. You got the Wuhan flu. What? Well, I learned this watching the YouTube. Just take a drink of your favorite brand of bleach. We didn't know about new virus inside us. Please don't let it find us. New virus.
Thank you very much. How about that? I was harmonizing.
That's very nice.
Do you like that?
You know, I noticed they mention bleach in that song.
Yeah.
And it's hard to believe that people are actually drinking bleach,
That's
thinking that it
stupidity at its
is a
best.
cure. And the Poison Control Center in Dallas says they've had 46 cases of people drinking bleach so far this month.
Bonnie, you can't fix stupid.
No,
That's
you
just
can't.
plain and simple.
No.
You cannot fix stupid. It's that simple. If you're drinking bleach, you're stupid.
Yeah.
With a capital S and a capital D on the end.
Bleach is bad, period.
Yes.
You're right, Evan.
So don't go to a bar and try to order bleach on the rocks.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't make a great mixer.
Because if they bring you bleach on the rocks, I would run as far as you can away from that bar. Now, if you order bleach straight up, that's a different story. But bleach on the rocks, oh boy, you're in trouble.
But you're welcome to come over and pour it in my laundry.
Yeah, you can pour it in my laundry, pour it down the sink, pour it down the tube. Just don't pour it down your mouth, whatever
That's
you
right.
do. We're WSTU Stewart. We're Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next. And then hour number 2 of the Get Up and Go show for a tantalizing Tuesday. Lord only knows where this show is going, the direction it's going in. If it's anything like hour number 1, we're in deep trouble.
On air, online, covering the Treasure Coast. Get connected to the Get Up and Go Show. And now here's your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Hour number 2, the Get Up and Go Show, the award-winning Get Up and Go Show.
I know that's right.
That's right. We are always right. We are never wrong.
I heard that.
You know why we're never wrong? Because we never say,
Bye-bye.
That's right. We will never say
Bye-bye.
to you. That'll never happen. I just love that little kid.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, he could say that all day long.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. That's
We're-
so cute.
We're never wrong because we're always right on time, too.
You know where I found that from by any chance?
Maybe, was it a sitcom
No.
out of a TV
Do you
show?
know how old that is? That's 21 years old.
Is that your kid? Is that your
The kid
child?
that did that is 21 years old.
He is.
Yes.
Well, how did I know he was a he?
Yeah.
It could have been a she.
No, it was a he.
But who is he?
I don't remember his name, but my good friend Janet, I talked to her yesterday, and I told her I found it. When I used to work at the country station down in West Palm Beach, I found some really cool stuff. In fact, I'm going to do something while we're talking. Let's see if I can do this remotely. I'm going to connect to my home computer very quickly, and I'm going to bring a file over to me here in the studio, and I'm going to play it. When I used to work at WIRK, I used to do I forget what it was called. Let me think for a minute. Where did my stuff go? It like disappeared.
I had a girlfriend that used to work there. I'm trying to remember her name. She was interning actually with me at the coast.
Okay.
And I think she had worked for the country music station down south as well.
Okay.
For the life of me, I have a picture of her at home where all of our girls are standing in front of a limo when we went to a concert. But for the life of me, I should remember her name. But
Okay.
I don't quite remember her name, but I think she worked down that way too.
Okay.
And I remember G had his little kids were in the public service announcements.
Yeah.
The PSAs for back
Yeah.
to school.
Yeah.
And there was one little boy, he had one of his little boys, it might have been Patrick or Ryan, that would say, "It's back to school, slow down."
Yeah. Okay, so I got the file. I just brought it over from the house.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my kids. Okay, now my kids are 28 and 30 years old now.
Right.
Okay, but this is when they were 4 and 6 or 5 and 7. I had them call into the station and they wished me a happy Father's Day.
Oh, very cool.
Okay, so listen to this.
And this is Kevin Casey, and I'd like to introduce you to my children right now.
Hi, this is Haley. Hi, this is Darren. Hi, this is Dylan. And we'd like to wish our dad a happy Father's Day.
That's right, your Father's Day greeting, just a phone call away right now at 930-WIRK. In the meantime,
That's from
That is
WIRK when I
great.
used to work at WIRK.
Oh, that's so precious.
That's an old air check.
Precious to have your kids calling in like that
Right?
on it too.
That was so much fun.
That is that, now I'm wishing that I don't know if I can pull it up right now, but I wish I could pull up a commercial that I did where I had my dog, my Dalmatian, was with me right in the studio when I recorded it.
Did it bark?
Barked on cue.
Really?
And I think it barked, and somehow I was able to incorporate Dava barking in the commercial, and it was actually a commercial for Land O'Lakes Dairy and Land O'Lakes Butter and
It
all
would have
that.
been great if it would have been for like a dog spa or something.
I know.
You have the dog bark on cue.
That would have been.
Okay.
Did you know that I took my Dalmatians to a movie theater, Evan?
You did?
To see. We were
1001 Dalmatians,
it-
right?
That could have. It was something about a dog movie. I gotta look it up. The dog's name there was a doggy name in it, and we were doing a promotion for where we had listeners come to the theater. It was right over here at Regal Cinemas at the mall.
Okay.
And they allowed me to bring both of my Dalmatians.
Really?
So I took Dava and Lindsay and took them to the movies. Yeah. But it just wasn't too cool when Lindsay went between a guy's legs and started eating his big bowl of popcorn.
Okay. I have an even better one for you.
Okay.
I also have audio of my wife wishing her dad a happy Father's Day when we first started dating.
Yeah.
And I had her call in. So listen to this. This is what Rachel sounded like over 20 years ago.
Wow.
Okay.
Hi, we're Blackhawks.
Hi, my name's Rachel, and I'd like to wish my dad, Gary, a very happy Father's Day.
You know, I love those happy, cheery people, and I'm
right. Is that crazy? That's Rachel from over 20 years ago.
And you know, that still sounds like her today.
Right?
I could tell that was Rachel.
Blackhawks.
Hi, my name's Rachel, and I'd like to wish my dad, Gary, a very happy Father's Day.
You know,
wow, that's pretty cool.
That is cool. She sounds great right there, and it's so cheerful, and she still sounds like she does today.
Well, you have to understand, she was only 22, 23 years old.
That is all.
Back
huh?
in the day.
Yeah.
Now, everybody knows she's 45 years old now. So
because you only announced it all year, Evan.
Yeah. Well, what can I say? Let's do some stupid news.
And now it's time for Stupid News,
It's so stupid and awesome.
where we ask the important questions.
Are some people too stupid to live?
Why are people so stupid?
Are you effing stupid?
Yeah, back in the day, I had a radio name. I didn't use my real name on the air.
Yeah, what was that
It
name?
was Kevin Casey.
Kevin Casey.
Yeah.
I was wondering about that because
Yeah.
I could recognize your voice, but I was wondering what's with this Kevin
Yeah,
Casey.
I just got the best emoji by my wife. That's what she sent me. Look at that.
That's cute.
Right, the dog and her with both their hands on their forehead.
That's really
That's
cute.
great stuff. Oh, Lord have mercy.
That's great.
Wow.
You know what I went as at a country music station when I first started? I went as Tiffany K.
Tiffany K?
Yeah.
Sounds like a porn star. Hi, I'm Tiffany K.
I'm Tiffany K.
That's definitely a porn star name. All right.
And then the program director goes, "Why don't you just call yourself Bonnie? What's wrong with Bonnie?"
How would you like to go through life with the name of Stacy Steele?
I like it.
Stacy Steele. There's a girl that I know named Stacy Steele.
Yeah.
And whenever I hear that name, I'm thinking, okay, it's the porn star. Because
Really?
that's like a porn star name.
I don't think of it that way. Maybe because I really don't know very many porn stars.
Well, I don't know
Or-
many. I used to be
I
in
don't think I know any
I
porn
used to
stars.
be in the business, so I kind of knew the big name acts from way back
Yeah.
when I worked in the bars.
What is it, Stacy Steele?
Stacy Steele. That's an adult entertainer's name if I ever heard one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think it would make like a cool radio name.
Stacy Steele?
pretty solid.
Double S.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
All right. How about the Divine Diana? Call her Double D for short. That's a name.
How about
All right.
Excellent Edna?
Oh, excellent Edna. X-rated Edna. There you go. Don't talk about Edna because Edna will get you in the.
Yeah.
She's got a wrestling match coming up. She's challenging you.
Yeah, I don't.
We don't
think-
want to have a
I
conversation.
don't think I want to really do that.
All
Very
right. So
not too excited.
a 61-year-old guy accused of swinging a 5-foot tree branch at passing motorists and tapping on windows got locked up recently. The case of the alleged wood-wielding dude happened the other day when a Martin County Sheriff's deputy, right here in Martin County, went to the area of Salerno Road and Commerce Avenue regarding a guy in a Hawaiian shirt and khaki shorts who looked impaired and stopped traffic. Investigators saw a man swinging a tree branch that was approximately 5 feet in length at passing vehicles as he was standing in the middle of the roadway.
Wow.
The man smelled of booze. He told investigators he drank a single Four Loko. It's a brand of alcoholic beverage 3 hours earlier. A woman told deputies that the man, a Stewart resident, had vehicles stopped on Salerno Road. He was tapping on their windows. The type of branch, such as an oak or a cedar or pine, was not specified. It also wasn't known whether he branched out, get it? Branched out to something else to swing, such as a bat, or whether he stayed true to his branch swinging roots.
Wow.
So, Sheriff Snyder's going to be on this morning.
Yeah.
We'll have to ask him about that.
I know. I hope they got him because I got to head down that way this morning.
Yeah.
I got to travel down that way. And
Well, the guy's branching out into other things.
yeah, I don't want to be tied up by his branches either.
That wouldn't be funny.
Nope.
That definitely wouldn't be funny. We won't talk about being tied up on the program. All right, this is a PG show.
I wonder what the sheriff's going to have to say about this one.
My
oh my!
I don't know. We'll have to remind me to ask him about that.
Yeah.
Okay. A 61-year-old man. That's the one we just did. All right. Let's go to the next one. A man whose parking space was stolen by a neighbor came up with an incredible way to teach the person a lesson. Okay, this is going to be very interesting, this story. Toby Bailey, 49 years old, had grown tired of people parking outside of his house. So when a blue Toyota blocked his drive, he went to extreme measures to get his point across. At first, the dad of 7, that's enough to give you an Excedrin headache.
I know.
The dad of 7 attached a note to the windshield of the car, but when it was still there a day and a half later, he wrapped the entire car in black cellophane.
Wow.
Yeah, black cellophane. Toby Bailey said, I live in a street with 26 houses and 24 parking spaces. Me and the missus spent about $2,000 putting a drop curb in last year and clear signs telling people not to park there, but people still do it all the time. At least 2 or 3 times a week, we get some idiot blocking us in. He explained that when he got home from work one night, he saw a car parked there. Not only could he not park in his space, but his daughter was also blocked in. He said, quote, I wrote a note and stuck it on the windshield telling the owner to move the damn thing. I opened a can of beer and sat on the balcony and waited, and the rest was history, and he watched.
Watch as all that went down and unfolded.
Yeah,
and, you know,
black cellophane.
I would be upset, too, like if somebody was blocking me in, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not supposed to park there in the first place, and then, you know, you got to come and run and go and tell that person to move their vehicle every time you want to move your vehicle out.
Yeah.
That would kind of annoy me, too.
Police pulled over a woman recently for speeding and found she had several warrants out for her arrest, along with a suspended driver's license. Police then handcuffed Dorothy Little and proceeded with a search of her searching of her person and the vehicle she was driving. During the search of the vehicle, police say they found Q-tips used for heroin, along with 330 bags of heroin, which indicated an intention for distribution.
330 bags of it?
330. They also found methamphetamine, 28 pills of Klonopin.
That's sick.
1 Xanax were found as well, according to the paperwork. Little faces felony charges of delivery and possession of a controlled substance, possession of paraphernalia, driving under suspicion, failed duties at a stop sign, excessive speeding, and not using required turn signals.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
what do you make of all that?
That's just a sickness right there.
No, it's more than a sickness. It's stupid with a capital S.
Yeah, I would say so.
You just cannot fix stupid.
You can't even you can't even copy stupid.
No. It just, you can't.
And you wouldn't want to.
No. Why would you?
Right.
Why would you? How do you spell stupid? Right there. Say the lady's name. That's how you spell stupid.
Yeah, that is for sure.
It's that stupid. 7:20 right now in the Get Up and Go show. It's a tantalizing Tuesday. Let's go to the news desk where Bonnie is standing by. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. A judge in Tallahassee is siding with teachers in a lawsuit seeking to stop the reopening of schools.
Judge Charles Dodson has granted an injunction against an order from the state education department that said brick and mortar schools had to be open 5 days a week with a full range of services. In his order, the judge said the state did not take safety into account and the state should not penalize local districts opting for online education. Attorney Kendall Coffey was asked if districts had to resubmit a plan for reopening.
As we understand this order, school districts can do what is necessary for safety going forward.
However, the long-term impact of the ruling is not yet clear, as the state is expected to appeal and seek a stay. I'm Reed Shepard.
As public schools in St. Lucie County and Indian River County reopened, a Treasure Coast mother is encouraging her young sons to set their sights high for the year ahead.
Dressed in matching outfits for the first day of school, this new year looks very different for Kiara Hand and her 2 sons.
What's your favorite part about the online learning?
Numbers. The Treasure Coast mother decided distance learning was the best way to begin, especially since her sons are in 2 different schools.
So Caleb will be on VPK for ABC Mouse, and Camden will be
on some first grade work on his computer.
Caleb, a 4-year-old in the VPK program. Camden is 6 years old and entering first grade.
So I always tell Caleb, I say, you know what, you're going to be a doctor when you grow up. Camden is more like a shy person, but he's very good in sports. I said, whatever you want to do, that's what you do.
Kiara says her love for family runs deep. In fact, we learned that last Christmas when she received a jaw-dropping surprise at a Fort Pierce Walmart.
I went in with $400 and something in hand to get this stuff.
But that's when a hometown hero swooped in. She was one of the 300 layaway accounts paid off by Chicago Bears linebacker Khalil Mack.
She rung it up and everything came up to zero. And I was just like, wow. Wow, this is really great.
9 months later, she's navigating uncharted waters, but those lessons about generosity remain unchanged.
Teaching really does start at home. I'm going to make sure that they become somebody.
Confident their education will be the cornerstone in their future success.
They're my kids. I love them.
Lenny Sue Paul, WPTV News Channel 5.
A young Boca Raton girl with a big heart and a love of music recently started a charity event to raise money in the fight against Parkinson's disease. WPTV's Chris Gilmore has this.
Music has been a part of 11-year-old Casey Moore's life since she picked up a violin at the age of 3.
I enjoyed it more and more as I grew older.
And now, as she practices piano every day.
When I practice, it feels like some part of me inside of me gets alive.
Because of the pandemic, she's been able to dedicate more time to her passion
Yeah.
at home with family.
I want to learn more.
Her dad, Dr. Henry Moore, is a neurologist at the University of Miami, specializing in movement disorders like Parkinson's disease.
That he helps people that suffer from this terrible disease called Parkinson's. And this disease affects their brain.
She's doing fantastic.
Dr. Moore has been spending more time working from his home office, giving Casey a chance to feed her curiosity while her dad remotely cares for his patients.
She was very moved about people, how they were very disabled, and then with the medication, they were super happy and so hopeful that this disease will stop.
Yeah, it really touched my heart, and I wanted to do something to help, but I wasn't sure how.
She added her own flavor to the battle against the life-changing disease, creating a fundraiser, Parkinson. The goal is to use music to raise money and awareness on behalf of the Parkinson's Foundation.
The way how we always have raised her is to think first on others, and that will give you happiness.
Casey's music and kind heart quickly got the attention of some big names.
My friend Gloria Stefan. All the dreams that we envisioned seem to crumble in our head.
Casey's dad says she's onto something with the healing power of music.
Definitely. And there is music therapy even tested for Parkinson's disease patients. And then it helps.
Despite the ongoing search for a cure, Casey says she hopes Parkinson's patients listening to Parkinson still take something away from the music.
I hope they get a little more cheerful and just a little happier.
One song at a time. In Boca Raton, Chris Gilmore, WPTV News Channel 5.
And lastly, the Federal Drug Administration has granted an emergency use authorization to treat COVID-19 patients who are hospitalized with convalescent plasma. The treatment has been used since COVID-19 began and works by infusing sick people with plasma from a recovered patient's blood. The Miami Heat are moving on to the Eastern Conference semifinals after a 99-87 win to give them a sweep of the Indiana Pacers in the NBA's Orlando bubble. The Orlando Magic now trail the Bucks 3-1 after losing to Milwaukee 121-106. Other wins yesterday went to the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the LA Lakers beat Portland 135-115. News time 7:25. Weather and traffic together are next.
7:26 the time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
There are no traffic accidents this morning, so if you're heading out, you're going to have a nice, smooth ride. US 1 is good right now. I-95 and the Turnpike, all right. There's your latest look at traffic. And it's a partly cloudy sky here in Stewart, 83. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
This morning along the Treasure Coast, temperatures starting off in the low 80s under partly cloudy skies and breezy east-southeast winds along the coast. Some isolated showers possible for that morning drive. This afternoon, highs in the low 90s, feels like temperatures in the triple digits. Lots of sunshine with low rain chances. Tonight, lows in the upper 70s, partly cloudy skies into the night with a few passing showers. Tomorrow, highs in the low 90s, a similar setup with high pressure sitting offshore. You could run into some morning coastal showers, but then rain chances shift inland for the afternoon. Feels like temperatures in the triple digits. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
The Get Up and Go show would love to hear from you, live on the air. Give them a call at any time. Now let's get back to the program. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
Ugh, those pesky COVID masks. You hate wearing them for hours at a time, and you can't eat while you have them on. Until now. Introducing the Old El Fachi Tortilla COVID Mask. It's not Joe ordinary mask. They not only protect you from catching the virus, they're delicious. Made with enriched flour, vegetable shortening, and hydroxychloroquinated soybean oil. Just add your choice of meat, cheese, and salsa before you put it on, and you're ready to eat and stay safe. Because you want a quesadilla, not a case of coronavirus. Old El Fachi Tortilla COVID Masks. And coming soon, fruit roll-up COVID masks for kids.
Yeah.
I'm so there.
I know.
Sign me up.
You know, the kids might really enjoy the
Sign me up.
fruit roll-up mask.
I'll take the tortilla mask any day.
I think I'll take the fruit roll-up one over the tortilla one.
Really?
I guess I just like my Mexican food way too much to be
Okay.
to be making it into a mask
All
in
right,
that situation.
We're a little bass-ackwards this morning because we were supposed to do birthdays and anniversaries 7 o'clock and
Yeah, I was
stupid
wondering.
news at 7:30.
That's
so we're
okay.
bass-ackwards, so we're going to do birthdays and anniversaries.
On the radio, happy birthday.
told you it's Tantalizing Tuesday. Anything goes.
You should be wearing your hat backwards today
Maybe I
with all of
should.
the backwardsness we're
Maybe I'll-
having.
I can't. No, I can't. I can't turn it around because I want people to see my Christ Fellowship.
Oh,
on the
okay.
front.
Yeah. It is a very nice hat.
Thank you.
Refreshing with the Christ Fellowship and the Nike emblem.
Matches my. Well, I can't say what matches, but that's for another
I
conversation.
still have a brand new pair of Nike shoes in my closet that I
You
got.
haven't worn them yet?
I got from Topanga for, I think she got them for Mother's Day or my birthday. And no, I
if
haven't.
I remember correctly, it was. You told me, and I forgot.
I
It was
know.
one of the two.
And I haven't even worn them yet. I tried them on and they fit very nicely, but
Okay.
I guess I'm wearing out my other ones before I put them
What time does
on.
Topanga get up in the morning?
Oh, she's up really early because
Is she?
she's going to school now.
What time does she have to be in school? What time does she leave for school?
Oh, I can't remember, but it's like really, really early.
You have her cell phone
I think
number,
they
right?
got to get up like 5 o'clock or some sort
You have
of
her
thing.
cell phone number, right?
I have it.
I want to have her on the radio one morning.
Okay.
Find out what life is like up in school where she is.
Yeah.
We can do that, right?
DeLand, they were, they
What
had,
time did they? She's in what grade?
she is in 9th grade. She
Okay.
went into high school this year.
Oh, wow.
They had that little tornado there last week. A little
Okay.
tornado came through, and
Okay.
they were showing me video footage of them driving through town where it had knocked down some trees and such.
All right, so set it up. One day next week, we're going to have Topanga on
Okay.
in the 7 o'clock hour, right after 7, if she's up that early, or in the 8 o'clock hour. Depends on what time middle school starts up there in DeLand. And I want to find out what life is like as a freshman in a high school.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting and see how things are going up there in DeLand.
I took her to work with G when G was on with Paul Stone at the time.
Yeah.
And I took her into studio a while back.
Oh, up
She
in the
got up
Pizzle.
with me early in the morning.
Okay.
And they were just delighted to have her.
Okay.
She was just like a little nice little young lady to
Okay.
have on the radio.
Well, she's a very respectful young lady.
She is.
She learned well.
Yeah, she's really
Good coaching from
She's
good
smart
parents.
as a whip too.
As a whip? I never knew a whip had brains.
No, right?
Okay. Okay.
But I think like in a graduating class, I swear that there must have been about 70 kids in that class when we went to her graduation. She was like one
Oh,
of
the 8th grade graduation.
the 8th grade graduation. She was like one of 3 in her class who got this like major math award.
Okay.
She's really good at math.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. China Ann McLean, 22 years old today. That's Jennifer Pierce on Black Lightning. Yeifel Liu is 33. She's the star of this year's live action Mulan movie. Blake Lively is 33. That's the Gossip Girl star. Rachel Bilson is 39.
Oh, she's so pretty.
Yeah, Summer on the OC.
Yeah, Summer and Heart of Dixie too,
Yeah,
right?
Dr. Zoe Hart on the Heart of Dixie.
She's another nice young lady.
Yeah.
I like her. And Blake Lively, you mentioned her birthday too. What a great actress she is.
Yep.
I saw her in A Simple Plan. Went to see that on the big screen.
Rachel Bilson's 39 years old today. That's Summer on the OC.
Yeah.
That's what we just said.
Sweetheart.
Sorry, I'm repeating myself.
It's okay. We're backwards and
I
we're
need to be
repeating,
edumacated.
but it's okay.
All right.
Edumacated.
Kyle Mitchell's 42. That's Double G on Nickelodeon's Game Shakers. Jonathan Togo, 43. That's Ryan Wolf on CSI Miami. I can tell you my wife knows probably exactly who that is.
Yeah. How old is he turning?
He's 43.
43.
Yeah.
I bet she knows exactly who. Right around her age, he is
Yeah,
too.
yeah, right around 45. Soon to be 46.
Oh boy.
In 11 months.
Just a matter of
Yeah,
days.
I had to say that. I had to get that out.
Just
there.
a matter of days,
Yeah, matter
Rachel.
of days. Alexander Skarsgård, 44 years old today. That's Tarzan, and one of the True Blood vampire studs who posed naked with Anna Paquin on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine.
That movie's about vampires, or
Yeah.
that shows of True Blood. I
I
gotta
want to suck your blood.
I gotta watch that. I wanted to watch that the other night, but Gary's like, no, we just watched Twilight not long ago.
What is he afraid you're going to bite his neck or something?
He just wasn't like in the mood for like, he thinks it's going to be another sappy, romantic vampire kind of love story.
All right.
He likes a little more action.
All right. I'm sure he does. No pun intended there. Marvin Harrison is 48 years old today. That's the former NFL superstar. Joe DiMessina, country music artist, the Big 5-0. She's a member of the Nifty 50 Club, and one of her hits, My Give a Damn's Busted.
Do you like her?
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
actually. I remember that when I was working at the country station, somebody got so ticked off. They called in and they said, I got to tell you something. I'm like, what? They said, my give a damn's busted. I'm like, okay.
I love it.
Yeah. Retired NBA role player Robert Horry is 50 years old today. Claudia Schiffer is 50 years old today. Rachel Ray, 52 years old today.
Rachel Ray, is
Rachel
she that?
Ray.
She's that chef of the Rachel Ray cooking show.
Rachel Ray show, yes.
Yeah, 52 today.
52 years old
wow.
today. Yep. 52 years old
Mm-hmm.
today. Blair Underwood, 56. That's Coco Dreamboat, who's Owen Hall. Shock G, 57. That's from Digital Underground. Remember them? They did the Humpty Hump dance.
Oh yeah, that fun stuff.
Yeah, that was back in the day. Here's a good one. Does the song Achy Breaky Heart mean anything to you?
Oh, Billy Ray, right?
Yeah, 59 years old today.
Yeah, and he used to sport that mullet.
I wonder if he still has a mullet.
I don't think he does. I saw him recently, and his hair's cut nice and short now.
Okay, all right.
He looks just as good as Tom Brady, I swear.
All right. Joanne Whaley is 59. That's Pope's smoking hot wife on Showtime's The Borges. Tim Burton, 62. That's the Strange director, whose credits include Beetlejuice, Edward Scissorhands, Michael Keaton's Batman, and Dumbo remake.
And I think The Nightmare Before Christmas, too, if I'm not mistaken.
Elvis Costello, 66 years old today. Robert Halford from Judas Priest is 69. Here's a good one. Mr. Tongue himself. You know who I'm talking about, right, Bonnie?
Mr.
Tongue himself.
It's got to be Paul Stanley.
No, wrong Kiss member.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on, Bonnie.
Gene Simmons.
Gene Simmons, the king
man.
of French kissing. Gene Simmons.
My goodness.
71 years old today. He can teach you how to kiss.
I wish he
That's
would.
for sure.
He should come out with another reality show. I think wasn't there a reality show of Gene Simmons, and they showed him and his wife living in Manhattan, New York City, wherever they live.
Yep, him and Shannon Tweed and the kids.
Yeah, I see the Osbournes are more into that reality stuff now, and I'd probably enjoy watching a little bit of Gene Simmons.
I'm gonna have to look into getting
too.
Gene Simmons on the program.
It would be fun.
Would you
wouldn't it?
be like freaked out if I got Gene Simmons on a what do they call that? On a Zoom call?
Yeah.
And we could see him when we're interviewing him. And then all of a sudden he sticks his tongue out and touches his eyelid.
I would be like scared.
Would you really?
We should do it maybe closer to
Or
Halloween.
better yet, if I face the computer your way and he
Uh-huh.
looks at you and his tongue comes sticking through the screen and taps you on the shoulder.
Oh, yikes.
Right?
That would pull like little hairs from the back of my neck,
I'm
Evan.
sure.
That'd be
Sure
a
it
little
would.
creepy.
Sure it would. A little
Creepy
tap
for
you
me.
on the shoulder there from good old Gene. John Savage, 71 years old today, the deer hunter. Raleigh Fingers, one of the greatest pitchers of all time and the greatest mustaches of all time. Raleigh Fingers, 74 years old today. Tom Skerritt, 87. Sean Connery, here's a good one. Sean Connery, 90 years old today.
Can you believe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And just recently we lost a good one. He would have been 89 years old today. Mr. Regis Philbin, Mr. Entertainment, Mr. Television, Mr. whatever you want to call him. You know what? He is a piece of work. And I say that in a good way. Had the pleasure of interviewing Regis quite a few times, meeting him, chatting with him, and staying in touch with him. And what a stand-up guy.
He's really going to be missed.
Yeah.
And man, it's just so weird. You mentioned three fellas. Now we lost Regis, and you mentioned Tom Skerritt. He's like a really good character actor, really getting up there to an age.
Yeah.
87.
Yep.
And just a character actor that's been he's been in MASH, Top Gun. He was in A River Runs Through It.
Yep.
He's just like one of those character actors that you see in a slew of movies.
Yep.
You know him when you see him. 87 though.
Yep.
I can't believe
That's
it.
a good age to live to. My
Oh,
dad
yeah.
lived to be 86. So if you can live to be 85, 86, you're good.
Yeah. Yeah. And my mom would have been 87 in May.
Okay.
Would have been
She lived to be a good age.
a good age.
She lived to be a good age
A
and
good-
lived a good life, I'm sure.
good long life. Yes.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
Monty Hall celebrating a birthday in the heavens, the amazing host of Let's Make a Deal. Now, you know who hosts the show now, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Wayne Brady.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
He does a great job
he-
with that show.
He's so talented.
Yeah.
That guy is just like, he is so awesome.
Yep. Him and his co-host Jonathan, who does all the sound effects and all that other good stuff. They do a good job on that show.
Jonathan's very talented too.
Yep.
And Wayne just can come up with, I think he's on Whose Line Is It?
Yep.
And he just can come up with things like the top of his head.
Yep.
So good.
Yep, definitely. So he used to also host the Wayne Brady Show.
Yeah.
They taped that at Disney World. I went up and saw that a couple of years ago.
Oh, that had
was
to
a
be
lot of fun.
good stuff.
Yep. The first African American to win Wimbledon, Althea Gibson, celebrating a birthday. She was Venus and Serena Williams before there was a Venus and Serena Williams.
Oh, I thought you were going to say she was a Venus and Serena Williams' aunt.
Nope.
I was going to say, wow.
Nope. She was the older
But
version
before there
of
was.
Venus and Serena, the first African American to win Wimbledon.
Mhm.
Wow.
And now we have, who's the young lady out of West Palm Beach? Coco Gauff,
Coco Gauff
is up and coming
Yeah,
too.
Coco Gauff. She's out of Delray.
Only like 16. Oh,
Yeah.
she's from Delray.
Yeah, she's doing really well.
Yeah.
Bonnie, today is National Banana Split Day. National Banana Split Day. So you know what that means?
Got to make it to DQ.
Got to go to DQ and
Yeah.
get you some banana split. Without a doubt.
I would love some. Yeah.
We're-
Or Baskin Robbins
Mhm.
too would make a good one.
We're still indulging in desserts at our home that were meant for Phil's house.
Oh, yeah.
For this
yeah.
past Sunday, but we didn't go down. And now we were, I don't want to say stuck, but we were gifted because we couldn't take them anywhere, all these desserts. So it's banana pudding.
Oh my gosh.
And all these different flavors of cheesecake. So I've been indulging lately.
Cheesecake is a favorite, and it's just a danger to have in my refrigerator. You know, we were gonna bring a cheesecake. I was gonna bring leftover cheesecake for Mike, my old partner right here one time. But do you know that? So I had this huge cheesecake, and then I didn't bring anything to Mike because me and Gary ate it all.
You and Gary ate it all.
Yeah.
How dare you do that to
Right.
him?
I mean, it's indulging and it's so sweet. Oh, by the way, if you do have like a sweet tooth lately too, it's getting that time of year again where I think Starbucks is coming out pretty soon with their pumpkin spice lattes.
Ooh, it sounds so good.
If you have a flavor for that. And
Ooh,
you know,
the spice latte sounds so good,
It's
Bonnie. I'm going to have to try it.
but try to get to the drive-through because I see that drive-through line in Palm City, Evan, at Starbucks.
Yeah.
And man, that line is getting longer and longer and longer.
Well, that means you got to pack a lunch, pack
know.
dinner, and pack an afternoon snack until you get to go through the line.
It gets so long, sometimes it blocks traffic. I can't
Okay.
get in there to go to Goodwill.
Really? What are you going to Goodwill for?
I go there and
Are you doing dumpster diving there also?
I go browse around there once in
You
a
do?
while.
Okay.
Once in a while, I have a very good find there. You never know what
I have
what you
found some
find.
fantastic sport jackets at Goodwill.
I
will
believe
tell you
it.
that much.
I've seen some NFL jerseys too
Yeah.
lately. You know, I think I saw a Dolphins one the other day.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember the name on it, but
No?
no, I can't.
Was it Jones? Was it Smith?
Um,
Was it Greasy? Was it Marino? Was it Zonka? Was it Little?
It might have
Was
been
it Warfield? These are all
Zonka.
past Dolphins.
Zonka sounds like it could have been.
Zonka. Do you know what number
incredible.
Larry Zonka was?
32.
No, 39.
Okay.
How about Bob Greasy?
Bob Greasy, number 43.
No, 12.
Oh, really?
You're not doing too good.
I know.
All right, last
not-
one. Jim
Okay.
Kick.
Jim Kick would have been number 15.
No, 21.
21.
All right. All right. Now it's the last one.
Okay.
Mercury Morris.
How do you remember all these?
I don't know.
Did you have the jerseys?
No.
Maybe you.
I'm just guessing.
Mercury. Oh,
No, I do know. Those are the ones, though.
Mercury.
Mercury Morris.
Okay, let me say 38.
No, 22.
Oh, all right.
22.
I don't know how you remember all these.
I don't know any others.
Like I had NBA jerseys back in the day, and I had the Phoenix Suns, and I can't remember Charles Barkley. I
have his jersey from the
but I can't remember his
Olympics.
number.
I have his Olympic jersey autographed hanging on my wall.
Oh,
I'll take a
that's
picture
cool.
of it and I'll show it
Yeah,
to
I
you.
want to see that.
7:46 news time. Let's go to the news desk. Here's Bonnie.
Thank you, Evan. A stretch of Interstate 95 in Martin County could soon be designated in memory of Florida Highway Patrol Trooper Joseph Bullock, who was shot and killed in the line of duty earlier this year. On February 5, Trooper Bullock was shot by a driver he had stopped to help near mile marker 107. WPTV's Megan McRoberts has the story.
Thousands of drivers pass by it daily. Mile marker 107 on I-95, where FHP trooper Joseph Bullock was shot and killed in February by the driver he stopped to help.
They miss him, and I know it bothers many of them every day.
Soon his fellow troopers and his family will see Bullock honored when they drive here. This portion of I-95 to be designated as the Trooper Bullock Memorial Highway under a state bill that went into effect this summer.
I stay in contact with Trooper Bullock's father and his family, and they really appreciate what's being done.
Major Robert Chandler has a lot to do with this. About 3 years ago, he helped establish a memorial roadway for a state trooper and a Broward County sheriff who died in the line of duty.
And we did the ceremonies to recognize those two. But while I was doing it, I discovered that there were 29 other fallen state troopers since 1936, the first one killed in the line of duty, that never had anything done for them.
Chandler set out to change that.
I just wanted to make sure that never again would a state trooper get killed in the line of duty and 40, 50, 60 years go by without honoring that person, that trooper in some way.
In the last 3 years, he's helped secure honorary road designations for 32 fallen state troopers and that Broward County deputy.
Whether they died in a patrol car crash, whether they've been shot and killed or died in an airplane crash, for various reasons, but you know, none of them had been given the honor that they deserved.
Now making sure FHP's history of sacrifice is shown in a permanent way.
It reminds the public when they drive through and they see these signs of what state troopers have given and the ones that have paid the ultimate sacrifice, like Trooper Bullock, to protect them.
The bill also includes naming Trooper Bullock's FHP station in Fort Pierce after him. Martin County commissioners will vote in the morning to formally approve this roadway designation. In Martin County, I'm Megan McRoberts. Back to you.
Florida is reporting its lowest number of new coronavirus cases in the state since June 14th at fewer than 2,300 new infections. Governor Ron DeSantis citing other encouraging numbers.
The positivity rate in terms of the percentage of tests coming back positive was 5.2%. For today, Broward was 4.3%. And then you got places like Sarasota, 2%, Pinellas, 2.9%.
DeSantis adds that about 90% of long-term care facilities don't have a single resident or staff member testing positive right now. The lower Florida Keys could get some dangerous weather from Tropical Storm Laura. The National Weather Service has issued a tropical storm warning from the 7 Mile Bridge to Key West. And lastly, a launch from Cape Canaveral is being pushed back a day. United Launch Alliance now aiming for early Thursday morning to launch a Delta IV Heavy rocket on a national intelligence mission. And now we take a look at sports. And the Philadelphia 76ers have fired coach Brett Brown, the team announced Monday. Brown's dismissal is expected to be a precursor for more upheaval for the 76ers, whose senior leadership, including general manager Elton Brand, will begin exploring changes in the front office structure, sources said. News time is 7:50, and weather and traffic together are next.
7:52 the time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
We're not seeing any accident right now on our highways, and the side streets are looking well too this morning. And Martin County kids, the St. Lucie County kids, of course, back to school this week. So slow down in those school zones and watch for the kids and the school buses while you're traveling. There's your latest look at traffic. It's 81 in Port St. Lucie. Here's more on our forecast at WPTV.
This morning along the Treasure Coast, temperatures starting off in the low 80s under partly cloudy skies and breezy east-southeast winds along the coast. Some isolated showers possible for that morning drive. This afternoon, highs in the low 90s, feels like temperatures in the triple digits. Lots of sunshine with low rain chances. Tonight, lows in the upper 70s, partly cloudy skies into the night with a few passing showers. Tomorrow, highs in the low 90s, a similar setup with high pressure sitting offshore. You could run into some morning coastal showers, but then rain chances shift inland for the afternoon. Feels like temperatures in the triple digits. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
It's Tuesday, and at my job, that is our biggest day.
Oh, really?
That's a little weird. What kind of work do you do?
I'm a radio personality.
I can wake you up.
I'll keep you company.
I want to make you laugh.
Really?
Listen, I can't make you laugh right now.
Just give me a few hours.
And you know what you'll be saying?
That's funny. That's very funny. Very funny.
All right, let's see what you've got. Now we begin.
7:57. It's Tuesday. It's a Tuesday edition. Tantalizing Tuesday, where I have no idea where we're going, what we're doing, how we're doing it, or even what buttons to push. I'm just I'm flying by the seat of my pants this morning.
You know what? I think we're going to be talking to Sheriff Snyder after 8 o'clock this morning.
Yes.
Right around 8:05.
Yes.
He should be calling us in just a few minutes here. Maybe he'll call us before we go into the national news even. Sometimes he does.
That was only a once-in-a-lifetime thing. That's because he was drinking his green tea. So I remember that from last time.
Yeah.
And he wanted to get in nice and early so we could have a conversation and all that other stuff. But there's a lot of great topics that we're going to be talking to the sheriff about. I also want to talk to the sheriff about that guy that was waving that branch that we talked about.
I know, waving
Stupid
a
thing.
branch down there by Salerno Road yesterday. I guess he was a little bit sudsy.
Well, that was from a couple of days ago.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he probably came from the local tavern, and he was
More
just
like the
kind of
local
like
funny farm.
waving branches at the traffic.
He was waving. He was
such.
swinging them. He was swinging them like a baseball bat.
Maybe he thought he
What do-
was a monkey or
What do you
something.
think he was in spring training for baseball or something like that?
Could be. Maybe just think if it was a coconut tree, he could have grabbed some coconuts and thrown it at traffic.
Yeah, that just wouldn't have been good. I don't know. I haven't seen any coconut trees out by the road lately. I don't know
No.
about you.
Getting excited about Halloween, and I've just got a little email from Big Lots.
Oh, okay.
Looks like some Halloween decor is coming out already in their stores.
So I have a question to ask you. You say you got a little email from Big Lots.
Yeah.
Okay, no pun intended there, but it's little. Why is the email little and why is it Big Lots? So
don't
what's the
know.
difference? So you said little email. How come it wasn't I just got a big email, instead you said little email?
Little email. I call
What's the difference?
I call all my emails little emails
Are they?
because a lot of them get deleted and they're nonsense.
Okay. Do you get a lot of spam?
I have to say I don't, but I get a lot of those mailing emails now, like anything I'm affiliated with. Like I know I'm part of Publix because I went online for that online shopping.
Right.
I got my Winn-Dixie rewards. They're always sending me their flyers and the weekly specials.
I have, get this, Bonnie, take note. I have 17 email addresses. 17.
Very important ones, though, right?
17 email addresses.
Yep.
Some are fake because I use for certain things that I don't want people to have my real email address.
Okay.
But we'll talk about that another time. We're WSTU Stewart. We're Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next, and then the one and only Sheriff William Snyder going to be here. Don't go anywhere.
On the air, online, covering the Treasure Coast. Get connected with the Get Up and Go Show. And now here's your host, Evan and Bonnie.
8:07 on the Get Up and Go Show. And as always, each and every Tuesday, it's our pleasure to have the Sheriff of Martin County on the line with us. Sheriff William Schneider is joining us right now. Sheriff, good morning. How are you, the family, and the extended family at the Sheriff's Office doing?
Good morning, Evan. I'm good. The family's good. The extended family continues. I think like most of our community have some COVID-19, so our staff is not quite up to speed, and but we're more than able to respond to calls for service and keep the jail maintained.
Over the weekend, Sheriff, there was a recent shooting that happened, and it's blowing up everywhere to the effect that people are just doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing, and people don't know all the facts of what happened. And I wanted you to collaborate on this, if you would, please.
Yeah, it's another unfortunate incident where we have a segment of videotape. And I use the word segment on purpose because, of course, we don't have the whole story. And having been in this industry for several decades, I can tell you that every incident has a very, very beginning from the time we first become aware of a problem until the very, very end when everybody's in custody. And until you have the whole story, it's hard to have a real sense of what occurred. I saw that tape. It does. If you isolate just the tape, it really raises the question what occurred. But without knowing the full story, it's impossible to make any kind of reasonable judgment.
There's a lot of underlying circumstances that can happen because, like you mentioned, you only see one part of the tape, and that's it. You know, you don't see everything else that's going on. You weren't there to see what was going on. So there's a lot of different underlying circumstances, such as there could have been a weapon on the seat that he could have been reaching for. There could have been this. There's so many different things.
Well, I think, I think there's some really big moving parts that occur every time law enforcement uses deadly force, even if the person doesn't die. One of the important big pieces is, what does the agency say immediately following the incident? Now, here in Martin County, because we have an elected sheriff, I have an awful lot of autonomy, and I can get out in front of a story and release facts that we believe to be, release what we believe are facts. Sometimes, you can make a mistake, but at least get out initially and explain what happened. What I'm seeing in this Midwest state, so far, I'm not seeing any response from the law enforcement entity, as in, look, folks, there's more to meets the eye. There was a gun, there was a knife, there's a threat of violence. Or come out and say, look, this doesn't look good to us right now. We're doing our best to understand what happened. We're waiting for the officers to exercise their rights and to make a statement with their attorney present. But we're going to release everything we can release. And I'm not seeing them do that. If they've done it maybe since the last time I looked, good for them. If not, they're making a mistake.
People need to know all the facts first. And also, another thing that's very important, Sheriff, is a lot of people think that they're high and mighty and they don't have to comply with law enforcement. And this is one of the main reasons why a lot of things escalate out of control sometimes.
Yeah, well, if you look at some of these high-profile cases that have resulted in civil unrest and really where we are today, I think you go back to the original case in Missouri where the smaller officer is in a battle royal with a much larger suspect, clearly someone able to overpower him. And finally, in desperation, which is just testimony, apparently the grand jury agreed, he fires his gun to keep from getting killed. And from that until today, we've had these situations that seem, when they occur, rather than a community waiting for due process and waiting to try to understand what actually occurred, we have this rush to judgment by some community leaders in the state. Now we're talking about the the governor came out within a day and was making statements of condemnation. So we have arrested judgment by community leaders and by elected officials in the community. Sometimes you get these tragic situations where you have a civil unrest.
Now, another thing, if somebody has a complaint against an officer, what should they do if they feel like they're not being I'm trying to think of the word, Bonnie, help me here. I'm trying to think of the wording to use for this.
Like not taken seriously,
well,
or
I don't know if not taken seriously, but not treated properly, I guess is what I'm looking for.
So there's a gamut of behavior that can occur from you don't like the way the motorman or motor officer treated you to the officer's pointing a gun at you and telling you to lay down on the street.
Right.
So there's a whole at no point in any of those is resisting, pushing the officer, walking away, inside, and none of those is that the appropriate response. The appropriate response in America today with civilian law enforcement is to cooperate until the incident is over, and then you have redress. You can go to the internal affairs, you can fight it in court, you can get on a loudspeaker in the neighborhood and say the cops are bad, we hate the cops, but not urge for violence. So where I say this, at the intersecting point where you are intersecting with law enforcement, cooperate until the incident is over, and then state your case if you feel you were treated improperly.
Pretty simple, and that would avoid a lot of things that are going on in today's society. All you have to do is just simply comply. I look online, Sheriff, and I see all these ridiculous videos of people that videotape themselves when they're being pulled over for speeding or whatever, and they're recording themselves. They don't want to roll the window down, and it's just, just comply. I mean, my gosh, it's just ridiculous.
That would
just
alleviate so much.
Yeah, listen to what they say. If they ask you for your driver's license, your registration, and insurance, just hand it to the officer. He's doing his job.
When it comes right down to it, it's just respecting one another.
That's it.
And,
it's pretty simple.
I think if you move to the position, and fairly, I think we should, that there are segments of our society that have had historical tension with law enforcement, that have experienced a disproportionate amount of law enforcement improper behavior. If you move to that point, which I do, I believe that's the fact. The answer is not fight with every cop who you come in contact with.
Right.
Throw rocks and bottles at every cop who takes some kind of force which results in a scuffle or gunfight. So you can have two truths operating at the same time. Truth one, we do have fragile portions of our community that have not been treated as fair as others throughout the years. But point number two is there's a proper way to work through this system to make it better, which I think most of our communities with tension are doing, and most law enforcement agencies are doing. There's 1 million cops in America today. There's going to be untold amount of intersections between law enforcement and the people they serve. Most of them are not going to end in violence. And the ones that do, we have to take a breath as a country, slow down, and try to work through these and not try to resolve them in a court of public opinion and at the end of bricks and bottles thrown at cops.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, Sheriff. Let's switch gears a little bit here. You guys have your first event coming up since COVID started way back in February, March. It's the Shred-a-thon, and I'm so glad to see that there's, some kind of sense of normality is coming back to the sheriff's office. Let's talk a little bit about that, if you would.
Sure. Saturday, October 10th, starting at 10 o'clock and ending at 1. If you'll come to the Martin County Sheriff's Office, you'll see clearly laid out lanes where you can drive through with boxes of old files, papers, tax receipts, tax returns, things that you no longer need, and dump them into a commercial shredder, and away we go.
It's pretty simple, and you guys are going to have it's a company that comes out and they literally get dumped right in. Now, are the people going to be allowed to get out of their vehicles and dump their documents into the shredder, or are you guys going to have staff on hand to grab the documents out of the vehicles?
I haven't gotten into the weeds of that nuance. I'm going to suspect that we'll have explorers or some of our folks there, and we'll take the boxes and dump them in front of the people.
Okay.
I wonder how many pounds of shredding that's going to be when
pounds is an
all
understatement.
is said and done. You'll have to get a big loader to
Probably
haul
tons.
it all out.
Probably tons,
Yeah.
tons, but it gets
Well,
reduced.
people are very sensitive. They want their old paperwork disposed of properly, not falling into the wrong hands. And you go buy a shredder at Office Depot, it take you forever. So this is a great way to do it. Come out, see our deputies. There's no charge. If you want to leave a donation, we generally designate it for probably our explorers or whoever we designate it for. We don't take any money to the sheriff's office, so it's no charge to the public.
Right, exactly. Love it. How are things going as far as business at the sheriff's office for the folks of Martin County if they need to come down there, get fingerprinted, IDs, et cetera, so on and so forth?
The only thing that we can't do right now is because we saw that spike back in COVID, some of our people got it,
Right.
is we're still not doing fingerprinting, but we have a plan, and we should within a couple weeks, I hope, be able to start scheduling people to come in and get. The fingerprint process is very intimate. We have to touch your hand, we have to lean over your shoulder. It's just you're right there, and I have to be careful. I can't let my sheriff's office go down with a COVID infestation. I just can't do that to the public. There's too much at risk.
Lastly, I want to touch upon we're now into, I think, week number 3, is it, of school? If I'm not mistaken, week number 3.
Yes.
How are the residents and the motorists? Can we get an update on what's going on as far as in the school zones, and of course the world famous motorcycle police officers that have ice in their blood, as we talked about. I thought that was great. I'm still talking about it to this day. And every time I hear that song, Ice, Ice Baby by Vanilla Ice, I think of your motor officers. So how are things going as far as that goes? Are people pretty much abiding by the law? Not many tickets given out?
Yeah, well, we're not encountering any major problems.
Good.
The motoring public in Martin County has got with the program. And then you spread the rumor that my motor deputies are not humans, they're androids imported from another planetary system to wreak havoc on speeding motorists. And for that reason, we have full compliance.
I love it. And you know what? It's funny. We may joke around and we do laugh about it. We try to make a little light of things, to show that we do have a sense of humor. But in reality, we just want you to comply, slow down in the school zones, because there are a lot of little children that are walking on the sidewalks, and you never know when somebody's going to dart out
Just
in front.
dart out, yeah.
You need to have enough time to be able just to slow down and stop on a dime, without a doubt. Right, Sheriff?
Well, 100%. And like we said last week, it bears repeating. If you're on Willoughby going behind a high school, that's one thing. If you're on Gomez going past the 2 little grade schools there, or I think it's 34th Terrace in Palm City. There's a school back there, and you speed. I don't have any sympathy for you. Don't call me if you get a ticket. And you deserve it.
I love it. Just straightforward. I have no sympathy. You deserve it. Those are probably the only deputies that have ice in their blood, and it could be 110 degrees out, and the ice is not melting at all whatsoever.
Oh, they're happy.
And you won't pay for their ticket, right, Sheriff?
That's right.
Or eliminate it.
You better believe it. It's like, have a nice day and just send the check in the mail. That's it. It's done and over with. And what is it? It's 4 points, isn't it, or something like that?
Oh.
Well, speeding in a school zone is I don't know. I don't do it. And I don't write tickets. I don't speed school zone, so I'm not totally sure. I know it's not good.
Well, let's just say this much: your insurance is going to go up
It
without
sure
a
will.
doubt, and it's
Sky
not
high.
worth it. Not worth it.
Not good.
Sheriff William Snyder, our weekly guest on the program. Sheriff, thank you. Always a pleasure having you on.
Evan, Bonnie, and Martin County, thank you. God bless. Have a
God
great
bless
day.
you as well. Bye-bye.
God bless.
8:21. It's news time. Let's go to the news desk where Bonnie's standing by once again with the headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. A judge in Tallahassee is siding with teachers in a lawsuit seeking to stop the reopening of schools.
Judge Charles Dodson has granted an injunction against an order from the state education department that said brick and mortar schools had to be open 5 days a week with a full range of services. In his order, the judge said the state did not take safety into account and the state should not penalize local districts opting for online education. Attorney Kendall Coffey was asked if districts had to resubmit a plan for reopening.
As we understand this order, school districts can do what is necessary for safety going forward.
However, the long-term impact of the ruling is not yet clear as the state is expected to appeal and seek a stay. I'm Reed Shepard.
As public schools in St. Lucie County and Indian River County reopen, a Treasure Coast mother is encouraging her young sons to set their sights high for the year ahead. WPTV's Lenny Supal has more.
Hi, I'm Kayla. Dressed in matching outfits for the first day of school. Hey, I'm Candace. This new year looks very different for Kiara Hand and her two sons.
What's your favorite part about the online learning?
Numbers. The Treasure Coast mother decided distance learning was the best way to begin, especially since her sons are in two different schools.
So Caleb will be on VPK for ABC Mouse, and Camden will be on some first grade work on his computer.
Caleb, a 4-year-old in the VPK program. Camden is 6 years old and entering first grade.
So I always tell Caleb, I say, you know what, you're going to be a doctor when you grow up. Camden is more like a shy person, but he's very good in sports. I said, whatever you want to do, that's what you do.
Kiara says her love for family runs deep. In fact, we learned that last Christmas when she received a jaw-dropping surprise at a Fort Pierce Walmart.
I went in with $400 and something in hand to get this stuff.
But that's when a hometown hero swooped in. She was one of the 300 layaway accounts paid off by Chicago Bears linebacker Khalil Mack.
She rung it up and everything came up to zero. And I was just like, wow. Wow, this is really great.
9 months later, she's navigating uncharted waters, but those lessons about generosity remain unchanged.
Teaching really does start at home. I'm going to make sure that they become somebody.
Confident their education will be the cornerstone in their future success.
They're my kids. I love them.
Lenny Supal, WPTV News Channel 5.
Florida is reporting its lowest number of new coronavirus cases in the state since June 14th at fewer than 2,300 new infections. And despite the pandemic, a limited number of Miami football fans will be able to root on their Dolphins and Hurricanes this season. Hard Rock Stadium capacity is being capped at 20% or 13,000 people.
I know this isn't going to be people falling from the rafters here, but it's I think it is something that will give people a little bit of hope.
Governor Ron DeSantis says the Dolphins have gone above and beyond to create a safe environment. And lastly, the Federal Drug Administration has granted an emergency use authorization to treat COVID-19 patients who are hospitalized with convalescent plasma. The treatment has been used since COVID-19 began and works by infusing sick people with plasma from a recovered patient's blood. Local infectious disease specialist Dr. Ramprasad Galappan said plasma is time-tested, meaning the results from thousands of patients are now showing that if given within 3 days, the mortality rate is lower. Our Major League Baseball scores from yesterday. We had the Toronto Blue Jays beating Tampa Bay Rays 6-4. The Miami Marlins beating the Nationals. That score 11-8. Cleveland Indians upset by the Twins 3-2. The Cubs over the Tigers 9-3 yesterday. Texas Rangers beating Oakland Athletics 3-2. The Brewers over Cincinnati 4-2. Also taking wins were the Colorado Rockies and the Houston Astros win yesterday. News time is 8:26. Weather and traffic together are next.
8:27 the time on the Get Up and Go show. It's time for traffic and weather together. All brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Not finding any accidents, and it's really just been a nice Tuesday morning all around. Ever since we got on the air at 6, we haven't had any slowdowns, no traffic accidents. Just look for the kids. Port St. Lucie back to school this week, and the Martin County kids going to school too. There's your latest look at traffic. It's 84 in Stewart. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
This morning along the Treasure Coast, temperatures starting off in the low 80s under partly cloudy skies and breezy east-southeast winds along the coast. Some isolated showers possible for that morning drive. This afternoon, highs in the low 90s, feels like temperatures in the triple digits. Lots of sunshine with low rain chances. Tonight, lows in the upper 70s, partly cloudy skies into the night with a few passing showers. Tomorrow, highs in the low 90s, a similar setup with high pressure sitting offshore. You could run into some morning coastal showers, but then rain chances shift inland for the afternoon. Feels like temperatures in the triple digits. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
8:30 right now on the Get Up and Go show. It's time for a look at what's happening in outer space, in another place, in another universe, with a gentleman that's always outstanding in his own field. Here's Randy Siegel.
Good morning, sir. Well, on this date in history, 1965, President Lyndon Baines Johnson approves the full-scale development of the Air Force's MOLE program, standing for Manned Orbiting Laboratory. It was a derivative of the Gemini B spacecraft, and the Gemini carried 2 astronauts. In this case, they approved it to be modified and become an orbital spy satellite. Up there, that would be a manned thick configuration. However, that never really happened, as that program was eventually canceled before it really got started. Even though they had astronauts picked out, those astronauts were merged into NASA astronauts. Very interesting program. Also on this date in history, we had the Apollo Saturn 202 test. That was where NASA tested a suborbital flight of its Saturn rocket and the Apollo command module. Voyager 2 made a very important discovery. Voyager 2 flew past Saturn on this date in history in 1981. And then in 1989, it flew past Neptune. So we had one vehicle that brought us a whole lot of science, to say the least. And also, speaking about a lot of science, it was the launch date for NASA's Spitzer Space Telescope, in which we got back a lot of information about our solar system and a little bit beyond that. Well, the astronauts on board the International Space Station decided that they would have to be sequestered another night on board the Russian Zvezda service module. And the reason for that is they have a slight air leak on the International Space Station. Very small, won't create any problems as far as the astronauts' health and safety goes. However, they do want to find out exactly where it is. And thus far, it has proven to be quite elusive. What they have done is they've closed off each of the different sections on the International Space Station, and then they're going to see which one has a slight drop in air pressure. As of this time, they don't have anything specific. They're still trying to figure out what caused this slight drop in pressure. They don't want it to become a full-blown problem. Well, the astronauts continued, however, to do some work. However, it was mainly focused on Earth photography, as they were able to peer out the window of the Russian segment of the station. There's no danger to Chris Cassidy, Anatoly Ivanushin, or Ivan Wagner from Russia. Well, the launch weather forecast is looking pretty good in the neighborhood for a launch to take place 2 days from now. Right now, there's only going to be a 20% chance of weather causing a problem, and if it's delayed, a 30% chance on the next day. It'll be the launch of one of the last few Delta IV Heavy vehicles. Delta IV Heavy will put into orbit a National Reconnaissance Orbiting Laboratory, and that launch is currently scheduled for 2:12 a.m. on the 27th. So if that goes, it'll then put NASA and SpaceX in a good configuration to continue launches from the Cape this week. There should be a launch taking place tomorrow night at 11:05 from the Mahi Peninsula in New Zealand. That's when Rocket Lab will use their rocket, I can't believe it's not optical, and put another satellite into orbit. That's followed on the 27th by the Delta IV Heavy, for 28th by a Falcon 9 that would launch at 7:19 p.m., and then on the 29th, another Falcon 9 with a Starlink mission at 10:30 a.m. So a lot going on as far as launches are concerned. The Russians are paying homage to one of their astronauts who had passed away back in 2009. The Russians are paying homage to Gennady Manikov. Manikov had flown a couple of missions for Russia. He passed away, and now in the Orenburg region of Russia, they have unveiled a monument to his memory, showing that he was definitely a hero of Russia. Russia also is saying that they are set to restore the Sea Launch platform. Sea Launch initially was an American platform that was used on the equator out in the ocean to launch satellites into orbit. As you may recall, when launches take place on the equator, it takes less rocket push to place satellites into orbit. Well, this is why the Sea Launch was invented. Now, the Sea Launch has gone out of business. A Russian company has purchased Sea Launch, and now they say they intend to return it to Vladivostok, where they will work on it and get it ready to start flying rockets again. Dmitry Rogozin from Russia said that the civilian space products in Russia are accounting for 54% of their budget. They're saying that they're in a position to continue their space research, provided they continue to get the funding that they need. The SpaceX Dragon spacecraft that is destined for the first operational mission, better known as Crew 1, has arrived at the Kennedy Space Center. It will now be finished up and worked on prior to its launch on October 23rd, or around that time, with 4 NASA astronauts headed for the International Space Station. The rocket, the Falcon 9, has already reached the Cape, having passed its tests in McGregor, Texas. So now they will work on these vehicles to prepare for America's next flight into orbit. SpaceX also has had a successful launch, if you will, of their Starship prototype Raptor engine, putting the company on track for another hop test, possibly this week. Raptor is the engines that SpaceX hopes to use to propel its vehicles to the moon and on, potentially, to Mars. So if all goes well, SpaceX is hoping that will take place. We also know that a firm in Russia, the Energia Space Rocket Corporation, has decided on a conceptual design for a new Soyuz carrier rocket, Soyuz 6. Soyuz 6 will be a middle-class vehicle that will carry satellites and potentially man into space. However, the first tests of that will not come until 2025, when they actually use that vehicle for the first time. China is sort of in trouble, and the reason they're in trouble is because a professor at Texas A&M has been accused of collaborating with China on research that he wasn't supposed to do. Tomorrow we'll tell you about another Chinese satellite and whatever else happens overnight. So until then, have a great day, everybody.
That's Randy Siegel with the Space Report. He's on the program each and every weekday at 8:30. Time to head on over to Ellie's Downtown Deli, where Bonnie's standing by with the latest and greatest to soothe your appetite. Bonnie.
That's right, Evan. And think of Ellie's Deli for lunch today. When you do, think of the roast beef patty milk, or maybe, like Mark likes to call it, the roast beef party melt. It's like everybody coming to the party with the roast beef. You see, you get plenty of roast beef on your choice of bread. It's topped with garlic mayonnaise, provolone cheese on this. You get your onions sauteed, 2 fried fresh harvest eggs in this sandwich, and tomato all pressed together. Mouth-watering. And comes with your choice of a side. Get the maybe chef's salad, the pasta salad today, fluffy potato salad, crispy cool coleslaw with your sandwiches. And Chef Mark wants to invite you to a barbecue. Yes, a barbecue is coming up 1 week, actually this coming week, Sunday. So just a perfect day to have it. Only $10 will get you in the door to this barbecue. And get this, all proceeds are going to benefit the families, the Bono and Turbin families, help support their medical, their funeral expenses. So it's this coming Saturday, noon to 4. Yeah, it's just perfect time for lunch. And $10 you can...
Sunday, by the way.
This coming Sunday. Did I say...
You said Saturday.
Did I say Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for
No
covering that, Evan. Yeah,
You got
this
it.
coming Sunday. Come on out. That's August 30th, noon to 4 at Ellie's Deli, and they're on 18 Southeast 6th Street. And, you know, you can just pay right at the door on Sunday when you come to Ellie's Deli. Only $10. And Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stewart now has their patio back open, plus they're at 50% dining inside with a full menu for pickup or delivery. Ellie's also has the full dinners available for takeout, plus their fabulous desserts as well. Call 772-781-6605 to order and pick up today. They're located 18 Southeast 6th Street, just off Colorado in Stewart. Call 772-781-6605 for Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stewart.
Time for the Precious Metals Report. It's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Gold is opening up at, let's see here, what's gold opening up at today? $1,924 an ounce. Silver's opening up at $26.52 an ounce. So we're doing pretty good there. That's your Precious Metals Report. It's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. News time once again, 8:43. Let's go to the news desk where Bonnie's standing by. Good morning, Bonnie.
Thanks once again, Evan. A stretch of Interstate 95 in Martin County could soon be designated in memory of Florida Highway Patrol Trooper Joseph Bullock, who was shot and killed in the line of duty earlier this year. On February 5, Trooper Bullock was shot by a driver he had stopped to help near mile marker 107. WPTV's Megan McRoberts has the story.
Thousands of drivers pass by it daily. Mile marker 107 on I-95, where FHP trooper Joseph Bullock was shot and killed in February by the driver he stopped to help.
They miss him, and I know it bothers many of them every day.
Soon his fellow troopers and his family will see Bullock honored when they drive here. This portion of I-95 to be designated as the Trooper Bullock Memorial Highway under a state bill that went into effect this summer.
I stay in contact with Trooper Bullock's father, and his family, and they really appreciate what's being done.
Major Robert Chandler has a lot to do with this. About 3 years ago, he helped establish a memorial roadway for a state trooper and a Broward County sheriff who died in the line of duty.
And we did the ceremonies to recognize those two. But while I was doing it, I discovered that there were 29 other fallen state troopers since 1936, the first one killed in the line of duty, that never had anything done for them.
Chandler set out to change that.
I just wanted to make sure that never again would a state trooper get killed in the line of duty and 40, 50, 60 years go by without honoring that person, that trooper in some way.
In the last 3 years, he's helped secure honorary road designations for 32 fallen state troopers and that Broward County deputy.
Whether they died in a patrol car crash, whether they've been shot and killed or died in an airplane crash, for various reasons, but you know, none of them had been given the honor that they deserved.
Now making sure FHP's history of sacrifice is shown in a permanent way.
It reminds the public when they drive through and they see these signs of what state troopers have given and the ones that have paid the ultimate sacrifice, like Trooper Bullock, to protect them.
The bill also includes naming Trooper Bullock's FHP station in Fort Pierce after him. Martin County commissioners will vote in the morning to formally approve this roadway designation. In Martin County, I'm Megan McRoberts. Back to you.
A judge in Tallahassee is siding with teachers in a lawsuit seeking to stop the reopening of schools.
Judge Charles Dodson has granted an injunction against an order from the state education department that said brick and mortar schools had to be open 5 days a week with a full range of services. In his order, the judge said the state did not take safety into account and the state should not penalize local districts opting for online education. Attorney Kendall Coffey was asked if districts had to resubmit a plan for reopening.
As we understand this order, school districts can do what is necessary for safety going forward.
However, the long-term impact of the ruling is not yet clear, as the state is expected to appeal and seek a stay. I'm Reed Shepard.
Florida is reporting its lowest number of new coronavirus cases in the state since June 14th at fewer than 2,300 new infections. Governor Ron DeSantis citing other encouraging numbers.
The positivity rate in terms of the percentage of tests coming back positive was 5.2% for today. Broward was 4.3%. And then you got places like Sarasota, 2%, Pinellas, 2.9%.
DeSantis adds that about 90% of long-term care facilities don't have a single resident or staff member testing positive right now. Lastly, the lower Florida Keys could get some dangerous weather from Tropical Storm Laura. The National Weather Service has issued a tropical storm warning from the 7 Mile Bridge all the way to Key West. Well, this past Sunday would have been Kobe Bryant's 42nd birthday, and yesterday was 8/24, the two numbers Kobe wore for the Lakers. That's now recognized as Kobe Bryant Day in Los Angeles and Orange County, and the city of LA paid tribute by announcing that the street outside Staples Center would be renamed Kobe Bryant Boulevard. Also, the Lakers wore special black Mamba uniforms for Game 4 of their playoff series against the Portland Trail Blazers last night, which they won, by the way. News time is 8:48. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$8:49 the time on the Get Up and Go show. It's time for traffic and weather together. Are brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, Evan, we do see one accident right now. This is Martin County on I-95 northbound, Hobe Sound. This is at Bridge Road. Once again, I-95 northbound, and traffic isn't tied up in that area. It looks like everybody's moving through okay. Other areas, St. Lucie County looks good, and there's your latest look at traffic. And it's 84 in Palm City. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
This morning along the Treasure Coast, temperatures starting off in the low 80s under partly cloudy skies and breezy east-southeast winds along the coast. Some isolated showers possible for that morning drive. This afternoon, highs in the low 90s, feels like temperatures in the triple digits. Lots of sunshine with low rain chances. Tonight, lows in the upper 70s, partly cloudy skies into the night with a few passing showers. Tomorrow, highs in the low 90s, a similar setup with high pressure sitting offshore. You could run into some morning coastal showers, but then rain chances shift inland for the afternoon. Feels like temperatures in the triple digits. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
8:52, the Get Up and Go show. Let's go to the phones right now. We've got somebody on hold. Hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Who's this?
Well, good morning, dear guys. How's it going?
Look who it is. It's, what's his name?
That certain somebody from down the road?
Yeah, the old man down the road who now we know his first name because of his wife, Edna, called the show yesterday.
We learned it.
And do you remember what it is, Bonnie?
Fascinating. It's Elmer.
Elmer.
Like Elmer's glue.
That's right, Elmer.
Sometimes Edna calls me Elmer Fudd.
Well, Elmer, since we have you on the program, I thought it'd be a great time to play Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Something you really enjoy. So are you okay with that?
Sure.
All right, let's do it. Here we go. One of our favorite games we like to do on the program to see just how smart your knowledge is. If you're smarter than a fifth grader or not, the following questions come from standard fifth grade curriculums. The way the game works, we've got 10 questions today. So 10 points are possible. And we'll start off with Bonnie. We'll start with you first.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's
if you
see
get
if
it right,
I'm
you'll continue on.
Smarter than Elmer today.
Yeah, so here we go. How many red stripes are on the wait a minute. I asked these last week.
Getting
Hold on.
deja vu.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me get rid of this one. Okay, hold on 1 second here.
It would
okay.
have struck you when we would know all the answers.
Yeah,
it would finally hit you.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Okay, so now I have the right ones. Okay, so Bonnie, we're all familiar with the coronavirus pandemic. The last time America had a pandemic of this magnitude was the Spanish flu pandemic. What year did it happen? Was it A, 1900, B, 1918, or C, 1920? Which one?
B, 1918.
1918 is correct. Very good. You've done your homework.
I guess so.
All right. Bonnie has a point and you're in control. There are 3 rock classifications: igneous, sedimentary, and what? A, volcanic, B, metamorphic, or C, oceanic?
I'm going to say B, metamorphic.
Correct.
Wow.
Wow, Bonnie.
I don't know what.
Oh, my.
Oh, I didn't read these before either.
Okay.
I mean,
All right.
seriously, I didn't see
Old
these.
man, she's whooping your butt.
Getting.
I remember those questions before when we first started that.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I don't recall.
All right, here we go. Next question. How many bones are in the human body? A, 206, B, 216, or C, 230?
Oh, I should know this from my anatomy class.
Yes.
I'm going to go. Oh, good gosh. And my anatomy teacher is probably listening. I'm sorry, Dr. Griffin, if I get it wrong.
Okay.
216.
216? Incorrect.
Was it 230?
No, I'm not going to say because
Okay.
the old man has to answer. So, old man, is it 206, 216, or 230?
230.
Incorrect. It was 206.
Wow.
206.
I think I threw the old man off with that
Yeah.
by saying maybe 230.
All right.
Sorry, old man.
All right, Bonnie, you're still in control.
Okay.
Choose. Gosh, you're getting a little mouthy there, old man.
He's
All right.
saying, "Come, I'm going to come over there and break your bones."
Sounds like the 5-second rule game we had last Friday.
I know.
Okay, here we go, Bonnie. Choose the adjective in the following sentence. Johnny ate a splendid apple. Okay, so is the adjective A, Johnny, B, apple, or C, splendid?
See, Johnny ate a splendid apple. Wait, now what were the 3? What?
Johnny, apple, or splendid? Which one is the
Splendid.
adjective?
Splendid.
Splendid is correct. All right, very good. Bonnie's got 4.
Remember Schoolhouse
Or 3.
Rock?
Yeah,
We used our adjectives.
there you go.
You can do it with
Okay.
adjectives.
All right, very good. Welcome to karaoke with Bonnie. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Last question. How many colors are in a rainbow, Bonnie? 6, 7, or 8?
In a rainbow,
Yeah.
I'm gonna count 6 of them.
6 of them? Incorrect, old man.
7.
7 is correct.
I
But
should have.
unfortunately, the old man doesn't win.
I should have known it wasn't the number of the
Yeah.
beast inside of a rainbow.
Bonnie wins today's edition of Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grade?
Congratulations, old man. Congratulations for playing.
I just want to tell Bonnie that.
Be
we're in
nice now.
Florida.
Be nice now, old man. Okay. Watch what you say.
We're in Florida, and I just dropped Edna off at the WWE Performance Center.
Oh no! Oh no! You're kidding?
Oh,
She's
yeah.
training?
Yes, the pig slop match is on, baby.
Oh boy!
Yeah.
Bonnie, you're gonna need to start training. You're gonna have Gary get you in the gym.
No, you're gonna have to do a lot of
Gary
hoping.
Busey is the referee.
Who's the referee?
Gary Busey.
Oh no! Oh no!
I don't know.
That's not good.
Who I would be more afraid of, him or Edna?
Boy.
Both sounds pretty nightmarish to
Wow.
me.
Okay. Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens.
Yeah.
Going down the road in the future.
I
All
don't
right.
know.
Well, enjoy your new Winnebago. Where'd you park that thing at? Where are you? Oh, you're in Orlando because that's where the performance center is. Okay. All right. So you be up there for a couple of days. Just don't go too goofy. Okay. All right. Say goodnight, old man.
Good night, old man.
That's the old man down the road, for ladies and gentlemen, otherwise known as Elmer and
Elmer.
Edna. Double E. That's a wrap for us, folks. We say ciao, Maine.
Honduras.
And Arriva Dirty. Thanks for listening to the Get Up and Go Show, making us a part of your weekday. Be kind to one another.
And drive safely. Look for me. I have to head to downtown or South Stewart today.
Yeah, she'll be the chick in the red Toyota RAV4 with the sunroof open.
Obeying
She'll
all
have-
of the rules.
She'll have her top down, so be careful. Anyway, folks, we'll see you right back here tomorrow morning for Hump Day, the Wednesday edition. Bye-bye for now.